Hi, everyone watching at home, and welcome back to another episode of Chronicles of Ravira. I'm your host, Cole Wolfrun, with these people that I traumatize on a, now bi-monthly basis.
If that.
We've had a few breaks. First, I needed a break, and then Storm needed a break, and then...
Life's busy, guys.
Life's busy for all of us.
Adulting sucks. Let's stop.
Having a full-time job is something.
It's really harshing my vibes, let's be full-time content creators. That's just easy to do, right? You just do it.
Yeah, for sure. No problem. Easy enough.
Okay.
The whole 55 cents from TikTok.
Where we left off the last, before we get into announcements, just going to recap. We just had a fun little bonding session last session that Storm unfortunately had to miss because she wasn't feeling well. and it was even in in their house, in Nix's house.
I blame Cole. He was at my place and then I got sick.
I also got sick, so I blame Tarvel. I think Tarvel got
Sure,
it.
Yeah, he's not here. We can blame him.
Tarvel, yeah, it's Tarvel's fault. He got Storm and I sick.
Then which of you gave it to me? Which of you gave it to me? Because I just want to know how you got it.
It just traveled. Must be snail mail at that point if it took like 4 weeks to get there.
To be honest, Rogue and I also got sick. So everyone got sick because of Tarvel. Except for Ruka.
Yes. God damn it, Tarvel.
Or Ruka.
I take enough crap from Tarvel. They spared me the sickness.
Immunity.
He's been less focused on giving me soldier ways to mess with Fel since he's been playing in the other game. So he's like, I don't have time to think about that right now. And I'm like, that's true. Your character may have torn holes in reality.
Oh no.
Yes.
Anyway, our campaign.
Anyway. So with that being said, we're going to pick up right where we left off. Felicity learned how to swim. Gray was very confused on the nature of Felicity and Kareku's relationship. Kirina shrugged and wrestled an owlbear. It's pretty much what she did last session. And before we get into this, a couple announcements. Our sessions, probably already noticed this, they're back, I think. And
we hope so.
But
when you'll see this.
We're still figuring out like a regular time for those, but by the time this episode airs, hopefully we have. Because we got quite the backlog. And Lore has some announcements for us.
I do. So we have Monster of the Week shop as one of our sponsors, and they sent me. I told them I really loved this beanie with the
moth.
The moth. These
Very
are really
pretty.
nice. It's not so thick that I get too hot. It's like just the right. My head's small, so don't like judge that. I have a small head.
You gotta send me one for reference because I have a giant head and it'll look small on my head, and then
it would probably be nice and snug on you and feel real nice. It's so cute. I love the moth. But also with that, they sent me a couple of D6s. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. There's one. They're pretty fun shaped. I've never had D6s like this before. And then also a little D4 on a chain, or not on a chain, but so you could put it on a chain.
That's so cute.
Yeah, so they have some fun stuff that are available for sale. Go check them out. Monster of the Week shop. And then also my shop, Dames Grove. I am wearing one of my shirts. Hold on, I'm gonna like half strip for you. Someone cue the music. This is the helmet one.
Twitch doesn't allow that.
Look, you can't blame me when you make them that easy.
Look.
I just looked away from my screen for 1 second and I come back.
Which is only okay with man boobs on being exposed on that.
I was just showing the shirt.
I don't think they're even allowed there.
It might have changed now. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just realized I grabbed the wrong shirt. I meant to put on one of yours, and then I realized
I put next time, and then you can sponsor it so I don't get awkward with my sweater use.
Short shirts, literally, as you speak. Remy's picking my shirt for me. She knows what I like. But yeah,
that's all of our sponsors. So thank you to our sponsors. You guys are great.
I'm not a sponsor. I was slider. I'm opening a shop for making armor and stuff because I've been doing it more often. I've made armor for, I don't know where they are. These two people, Ruka and Dove. It took me a while, but I was doing a lot of stuff at the same time for those. I'm faster now. But anyway, I don't have any details on that. But if you're in the Discord, just look out for it, I guess. I'll post a link.
Contact Cole if you want.
Yeah, just contact me. I'm not that expensive, I don't think. But anywho.
I am, but I don't have a shop, so.
questions for later then.
Again, I did not know that this was that kind of stream now.
You guys.
I thought this was my PG-13 campaign.
I'm scared.
And yet,
I'm
you
scared.
haven't said anything
PG-13
definitive.
with an array of innuendos
Oh,
that
wait.
usually go right over my head.
Sorry, we're not in character yet. Okay, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, good save.
That doesn't help.
Right. So anyway, we're going to see you guys after the opening. Anyway, and now, okay. Hi, everyone. We're back from the opening, and now we're going to play some Dungeons and some Dragons. Starting with Nyx had just reached up as an octopus and grabbed Fell's leg.
Apparently.
Yeah, she screamed. She's clinging to the dock.
Never gonna get her back in the water at this point, guys.
Okay, my ears are bleeding. Are you all right?
Happens.
She's shaking her leg. She doesn't know it's Nyx. She doesn't know what's on her leg, only that it's on her leg.
Karina goes down to see like what it is like swimming towards them, and
You see the same, you see the same non-poisonous kind of like blue rings octopus.
This way.
Fell died.
Not trying to murder anyone.
Oh, she's just like, what is it? 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 What is it?
On save a disadvantage. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
And she
I'm
drops.
trying to murder the cleric. God.
Please don't.
Karina just waves into the water.
Just another tentacle just kind of waves in the general direction.
Come back up.
Please, what is it? What is it? What is it?
Next.
You had such a golden opportunity right there, Karina.
What would you have said?
I don't know, some sort of kraken or something.
Belle's just like, her head's against like the dock post, just kind of like.
I thought the point was to get her to want to be in the water, not actually like climbing
Look.
out of it. Just a thought.
Pranks come but once a blue moon.
They
Well, they're
come very
handed to you
often for me,
once.
Kareku. Just want to get up with the water.
Here,
And
let me
she
help
has to
you.
climb back up
Gray will help her get onto
and
the.
just flop. She's just flopping for a second.
Just stroke her
Trying to
hair.
dangle her legs are off the side of the dock, and she's just like trying to see if like Nyx will dislodge her.
Like bouncing in the air.
Yeah, like she's just kicking her legs real quick just to see, but like very like half-heartedly, like I give up, I resign.
Nyx will like dislodge and plop back into the water and come back up as their elven form. And really trying to learn how to swim without the druid. How's that going?
I don't know. How was it going?
She did quite well, to be honest.
Sort of getting the hang of it.
Be fair,
Yeah,
Gray
she's-
didn't really have a choice. I sort of just
Comical.
tackled her, and
True. Apparently, I do know how to swim. It just took me a moment to remember.
A little bit of fear. Besides swimming, how's the rest of your guys' day been?
Productive.
Oh, yeah.
At least mine has.
What kind
Lo-
of productive?
Lots of notes to take on your town.
Did he actually get out of the ward?
How did you take notes on the town without having left?
I read Davith's mind. Took every note that he had, and that's what I've been doing the last 24 hours or so.
24 hours. So that means you've been in multiple people's head? Or just his?
No, just his.
So you've been
Insight.
compiling your
Insight.
stuff.
Insight check him.
Everyone insight checks Kareku.
Bring it
Why
on, I
not?
dare ya.
With an
Yeah,
eloquence
you all
bard, even
bad.
that's difficult for me.
19.
Let's see. Oh, my D20 is missing.
She'd have to roll real bad for
21. Karina's gonna just
nope,
like
bad.
pop herself up and
17.
sit on the dock next to Fel, just watching a conversation.
Yeah, Fel's just.
Karina got a 21. I think
I rolled like
guys.
garbage.
33.
I was gonna say yours is
Okay,
know.
so you
good.
all
Yeah.
believe Kareku.
He's being honest, so he's not really lying, but,
Yeah.
you know.
No, but you can you blame them for inciting everything you say?
No, not at all.
you brought this upon yourself.
It
It's
is
like-
entirely fair.
Last time Nick started, he was like, I'm going to completely destroy the government of your town. And it's like, please, no.
That is a good question. Do you want me to topple the entire government? Do you want me to destroy your town? I can.
I'm saying character, not.
No, not in character. Sorry.
Okay. Like, I didn't think so, but I wanted to be sure.
To be fair,
Um,
it's not the strangest thing Kareku has said in character. So.
Also true. Anyways, no,
Oh,
sorry. I've
baby.
been.
Say hi to
Yes,
baby.
baby in the background. Background baby. Hi, baby. The cycle of life.
That's so big.
That's how we can afford that song.
Remy's also here. Wife also here.
It's the DM's wife.
It's the DM's wife. She knows more about your characters than you do. No, actually, no, she doesn't. She knows more about what I planned, though.
Okay.
Go away. Don't reveal things.
No, sorry, that was worded poorly. After I read Darvis' mind, I got all the information that he had, and I've been compiling all of that into notes and doing a bit of connecting dots and such. That's all.
And have you figured anything out, or is it just kind of all hypothesis at the moment?
I haven't really figured anything out per se without interacting with people.
Here.
That said, there's people I have suspicions of.
Oh,
Sorry, what? Multiple people.
Well, we know that there has been an infiltration, but do you have anyone specific you think might be a problem?
Well, according to Davith, it could be one or more of the following: the Master of Law, the Master of War, and the Master of Coin. One of them happens to be your father's friend, it would seem, based on what I gleaned. Sure, but so I don't want to make any accusations without investigation.
sure.
So
It's
we can keep an eye on them.
been a while since I've been there, but it's still in the long term only been a couple of months. So I don't know how. Did he give you any indication of how long this has been going on, or if it's been a lot more recent?
That is such a good question.
In about 3 weeks,
3
Oh,
weeks.
Jesus Christ.
God has spoken to Kareku.
Just say, disembodied voice from the heavens, please. About 3 weeks, yes.
Okay, well, that's better than if it were kind of a long-term thing. That gives me better indication of if anyone's acting strangely, if anyone seems to be different. There was that tiefling woman, Ravnari, I believe. Is that correct, Goal?
Yes.
The one that spoke in my head. If I remember right, she had mentioned something about people who I knew not being who they seem to be. So I don't know if it's more of an infiltration thing. They kind of like gesture to themselves, like changeling shapeshifter thing, or mind control. But at least if it's more recent, then since I've been gone, I might have some indication of if people are acting differently than I expect them to.
This is fair. Well, we will be relying heavily on your insights when it comes to behaviors not normal to their usual habits.
Yeah. Can do that. Like I said, I probably won't be going into town looking exactly like how you all know me. My parents will recognize me, but just seems like it'd be better if most people didn't recognize me right off the bat.
Certainly fair. How is your town with parties?
Do not know. Cole?
Half, some of the town it's country, it's kind of a country living town, which means not everyone parties, but the people who do party really, really, really like to party.
I know what I was thinking.
You wish to throw a party?
Is Ireland, after all.
Well, parties tend to have a lot of drink. Drink tends to loosen a lot of lips and dampen a lot of higher level thinking.
Fair.
So, if
I
we're
think I know a couple of people who could make that happen.
it could also be that a rather infamous bard has shown up and may be able to entertain said party.
Okay. What time is it now?
About like 3 p.m.
Okay.
Or no, it's earlier than that. They went.
Yeah,
It's like noon.
we went swimming after breakfast.
Also, we've been swimming for 3 hours, which means I can no longer breathe underwater, but
That is
It's about noon.
day drinking time.
I just re-looked at my notes and I was like, wait a minute, they went swimming at like 10 a.m.
Oh.
anyways, aside from drying off, I'm ready whenever you all are, unless there's other things that we need to accomplish while we are here. Or if we need to relax still a bit.
I was going to say, if you guys wanted to spend more time here, it's the grove protection lasts 24 hours, so
We should take advantage of that.
got until dusk around, and that'll leave.
Belle will pull herself up from the laying position.
So another lap around the lake?
I think rest, if we can take advantage of it, is wise. Unless there's a reason that we need to go barreling in.
No reason.
Maybe we take advantage of it.
I'm certainly okay with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have time.
Then my spell's about to wear off, so excuse me. And Kara just zooms as fast as he can, trying to circumnavigate the entire, well, at least to the point of the edge of the barricade. And just take an entire lap before Dolphin diving up onto the dock.
Seem different to anyone else.
Out of the city, less scheming at the moment.
That's fair.
Been up, trying to read it. And she's like, she's gonna get up. Is Nyx still? Nyx is, not is out of octopus form.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing this whole time. I'm assuming.
Yeah. It's a very tiring amount of telepathy going on.
Yeah.
And I know Fel doesn't like it, so they should.
Is there anything, since you were gone this morning, is there anything that you wanted to show us? Or
I don't know. Did I find anything when I was hiking?
Actually, I took notes. You found a few trails leading north and south of a bunch of heavily armored people. Seem to be going up. Some of the trails leading away from the town, some towards. Found that the amount of wildlife in the forest has diminished quite a bit. There's not as much left. You found a lot of dead wolves and birds. And The town looked a lot more lively, like from a distance where you kind of peeked than usual.
Okay. And did the like armored footsteps seem to be leading to and from where Davith was, or was this a kind of looked like a different party?
Davith and his men were not really wearing heavy armor. They were trying to be stealthy. Yeah. It was more like you've seen these kind of footprints from like city guards and like soldiers before.
Okay.
But your town doesn't have that many of those, so.
Yeah, and it didn't seem like there was any indication of what they were searching for.
Not really.
Okay. I'll relay that, but also I don't know if it's anything we need to be investigating at the moment. I mean, keep it in mind, keep an eye on it, but not something necessarily that we need to be searching out, especially since we'll be in town tomorrow. And I also didn't find any indication of what they were looking for. If this was like a beast, a creature, or if they were searching for people. So it's not like there's, at least from what I can tell, there's not an immediate danger either for us. But I know you would potentially want to scry on your sister. I don't know if that's something you'd want to do today, or if you wanted to think about that at a different time.
Oh, yes. I mean, I don't have anything against doing it now.
It's up to you.
Yeah, no, we can do that if we have the materials.
So I got a focus from Gold Glitter. So I have that. It doesn't necessarily need any specific materials, but there are things that make it easier for me. When I was scrying on my brother, was she there or no?
The girl?
Farah.
Not that you could tell. No, you weren't really trying. Actually, give me a history check.
Because I know Asher was there and his friend. I couldn't remember if Farah was there or not.
I think Farah was there, yeah. She was there, but like briefly. Asher was giving most of the commands.
Yeah. Because it just depends on the saves. If I've just heard of them, they get a save against me. If I've it says met them firsthand, I'm pretty sure if I saw them talking in front of me and scrying, that I would assume that counts. Definitely not familiar with her, but I changed the modifier. And then the only other thing would be if you have anything of hers, and kind of the stronger the connection, the better would be for me. So anything, if you have like a drawing of her that you've ever made, or any of like books she has, hairbrushes, anything like that.
I don't think so. The only thing that she would have been that gift, the shell of that gift, which I don't know if Kareku still has.
Rena has that currently.
Rena has it. Okay, so no.
Dang it.
But that would be the only thing.
That'd be helpful.
I was like, but then I was like, no, that was mentioned that Kareku left it with Rena.
Dang it.
Yeah,
would you be able to draw a picture of her? Or a painting or something?
Would she, Cole?
Oh, he just wandered away.
I'm here. My light came unplugged. I had to sneak below and plug it back in.
Kara comes swimming up.
It's okay.
God, you said you can read thoughts, right? Pointing to Nyx.
Mm-hmm.
If you could see her in Fell's mind, would that work?
But I've never seen her.
I've actually seen her. It's just there's the kind of personal knowledge that changes how easy it is for me to scry on them, and then there's a personal connection. So I've seen her in scrying when I was scrying on my brother, so that kind of hits the knowledge department, but it's any kind of connection. So if we had that puzzle box, and then the most useful things are things like fingernails, a lock of hair, more
I'm
bodily.
out of those.
I don't have any of that, and I don't know if I could
Fine.
draw her since it would have been. I would have been very little when I saw her, and I don't remember the details.
Sure. Okay.
Good attempt. I could have you make a couple checks to try if you want to try.
Yeah, I mean,
It would be a history check and then a performance check.
Could I?
You could help.
I was gonna say,
Do you like
Kare's
minor
fairly familiar
illusion?
with, with minor illusion, and then also understanding aging and things that way. He could at least give a concept of what might change with age.
So I've seen what she looks like. Nyx is just not an artist.
Right.
yeah. Well, if you've seen her and can project that image, I can draw it.
Let me see. I can definitely help describe. Let me see. With telepathy, I might be able to.
I'm gonna say, or I could
How about
read
taking-
your mind
Let's say character can read minds.
and then cast minor illusion.
I mean,
I think
don't-
Karina is
can't
the
you-
only one that has no capability to do that in this group. Everyone else can.
Oh,
Some way, shape,
I
and
don't-
form.
Can't you draw?
Martial
Kareku?
struggles.
And she's more than Marshall. Gray's gonna sit next to Karina, though. She could help, but the things
Yeah.
that she could help with are already being taken care of, and she's not seen. So, not as
Do you
useful.
want to do this back at your home?
sure. I'm sure that'd be easier to.
The owlbear
Paint
is still just
something,
sitting
then.
at the end of the dock, by the way, just staring at Kareku.
I
Nyx
don't
will,
want to make everyone wait if they could be more comfortable.
Yeah, they can go back there. And Nyx had done that thing with animals where you acknowledge their existence to some degree, but once they're actually actively interested, maybe this is just a cat thing. It's oh yeah, they're over there doing their thing. Just gonna acknowledge briefly and then leave you alone once Soul starts getting up and kind of getting more interested in the party. Nyx will start waving everyone back up to the cabin and kind of lightly jog over to Soul to give her a hug. Just arms around giant bear.
Just nuzzles.
Probably knocks Nyx over just a little bit, but
As they're walking, Gray is going to cast Druidcraft and just provide a little bit of a breeze to help slowly help dry everyone off a little quicker than if they didn't have any assistance.
and then once we're back at the cabin, I'll kind of picture Farah in my mind so that do this weird game of telephone. Kara can read Nyx's mind and then project minor illusion so Fel can get a little likeness of her.
We can do that. Okay. So Carol do that. I'll mark that. Yep. Carol does it. And then we'll just basically have the minor image just kind of swirl for a minute in his palm and then raise out of his skin as a shimmering image of Tafara, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I was I know I heard two names.
Yeah, Vel will take her little her book, her mini little kit there, and just start doing all of that.
There's so many tieflings in Ravira.
Care is trying his best not to dig.
It's an itch that you want to scratch.
Oh yeah,
Roll
so
for
bad.
restraint.
He's
I'm just
very
kidding.
fast.
Roll
Yeah,
for
Fel-
restraint.
Yeah, no, Fel's very fast. She's afraid it's going to disappear, so she's just getting all the details.
while they're doing this, Karina will just go and make some tea and bring it back out so that people have that. So just kind of watching it all happen.
Do I need to make any checks?
With the added help of everything going on, I'll just say just a performance with advantage. She got lots of people helping you.
That's 12 on the
Friendship.
first one. Natural 20 on the advantage, plus 2, so 22.
Nice.
Woo!
Heck yeah.
Good sign when the first die rolls. Oh, well, that's not the first. Get the insight check.
It was the second.
Second die rolls an add 20. You're good. Oh, hey,
Low
my
stakes.
That one, so that's
High
good for you
rolls.
guys. So you were able to draw with basically perfect detail the image you just saw.
My thing. The one thing she's good at, she's like, thank goodness.
One thing.
The one
One
thing.
thing.
She's good at healing care when he's down. She's had lots of
Specifically,
practice.
healing care.
To be fair,
Uh,
that's there's some fights that's all she's gotten to do.
It's all she's had a chance to do.
Yeah. Where
She saved all of her bacons at some point, basically.
Mhm. She's the real.
he's really going to town on this sketch.
If this doesn't work, I do have a backup plan, but she's a tiefling, right? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do have a backup plan because I wanted to use this on my brother and it was not going to work because he's an elf. But we'll try scrying first.
Yes.
So-
Oh. Felicity draws with almost perfect a woman wearing looks like autumn leaves as part of her armor with flame imagery on them, with red horns with circling red or with black horns with circling red vines around it, with jet black hair and bright green eyes.
And she is the heir of the family. Or was.
And holding a book in her left hand, according to the image.
That's what I saw. When I was looking at my brother. All right. So Nyx will take the image and sit down and pull out the crystal ball that Glitter gave them, put them on the floor, light a bit of candles for ambiance, and then start scrying. So it takes about 10 minutes, but she will have to make a wisdom saving throw, and it'll be a -2 to her saving throw because we have a likeness of her.
Oh,
You can get up to a -15 on scrying
Dang.
if you know the person and you have like a bit of hair or something,
Up to her character sheet.
which
Wisdom
is
saving throw?
spooky because
-5?
depending on your saving throws, you can't
It's
make
minus-
that.
-2?
-5.
-2.
-2. Okay. And what's the DC?
That's a good question. 18.
Wait.
What?
Is there anything that will raise that? I'm just throwing that out there. I don't think so, but I'm trying to
No.
think. I'm racking my brain right now.
I was looking through my
If
stuff
we
to see if I could help somehow.
I
If we
started to
had-
go guidance, but I was like, that's not going to help.
Guidance!
if we had had the puzzle box, that would have been a -4. But
Mhm.
Oh, and it's to their saving throw, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was trying to think if Karina picked anything up, but I don't think she did. When she picked up
You said
Goldwater.
-2.
yeah,
I could do all sorts
So,
of fun things if I
Their
could see
saving
them.
for wisdom is +11, and they rolled a 17, so they would have gotten. So they got an 18, but then the -2 makes it a 16, so they fail. So she fails.
oh, nice.
She rolled bad.
Dang.
We'll take it.
Yeah, 20 wisdom, that's why. So you're trying to find out what. So you see Farah just sitting in a room.
Mhm.
There's lots and lots of writing on the walls. Looks like she's been writing herself in Infernal and Draconic, a bunch of different. And she's looking into this orb. It's not a crystal ball. It's a red orb. She looks like she's just fully sucked into it. And you hear her just repeating over and over. Burn. I'll burn them all. Burn it all. And someone knocks at her door and she puts the orb away. And you see a half orc open the door and he's like, hey boss, the bard tried to escape again. Take his loot away. And she better yet break it. It's like, and separate him from his little girlfriend. Okay. Need anything? Cookie? Leave. Okay. Closes the door and she immediately just pulls back the orb and you can see the orb it's black when she's not activating it and it turns bright red when she's looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
An image of a draconic looking man in the orb.
Have we seen Arcos before?
You haven't.
I'm like, I know you've described it sometimes.
He has a human face currently with two red horns on each side and red eyes and long blonde hair.
Wasn't Nix in Gray's head with us? I thought Nix was with us.
Y'all have seen him, yeah.
Yeah,
when you saw him, he was
there.
when you saw him, he was in his pure like dragon form. He like made himself look like a dragonborn. He didn't have his humanoid features.
Oh, okay.
Anything in the eyes that kind of connects them?
Yeah,
That's just my out of character intuition.
Yeah, you can see and you can tell who that is. And she's like, won't be long, my lord. I'll free you, and we'll burn them all. And then she just keeps muttering "burn" under her breath. And then she puts it away and pulls out a little pink book. Starts flipping through it.
Can I read any of it?
She seems to be on one page in particular, and from what you can make out, you can only make out that she changed. She's different now, as if an entirely different person. But that's about it.
Okay. And since I had been in their like camp area before, does this seem like a similar place that she's in? Because I think
this seems like a stone building.
Okay.
She's in a room, like a stone room.
Okay. And we were, as far as what David said, he thought that, at least he assumed that she was not in the same place as my brother, Boris.
Mm-hmm.
And yet,
could also
they're
be
at least close enough
misleading information on either side.
Right.
Yeah.
They're at least close enough to give indication that
maybe Davith has someone on his side who is giving him bad information. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay. And they were in like before it wasn't a tent, but it was like a wood building, almost like a cavern or something. Mm-hmm. Okay. After that, I'll kind of pull out of the scrying, tell everyone what I saw, and just I didn't see Roris, but it seems like I would assume that she's giving orders to people to deal with him, that they would be in a similar area. So either they're all up to the north, or they're all to the west, where we thought they were, and Davith was wrong, and she's still with everyone, the main camp.
The heavily armored steps were going north and south, I thought.
It's like southwest-ish is what fires were and everything like that.
Thank you. Sorry.
No, you're good.
So, how did she seem?
Obsessed
Obsessed over
She had an orb that she was, I don't know if she was directly talking to Arcos or just had like his likeness magically implanted into it, but it seemed like she was kind of infatuated, enamored with it, but more like her mind wasn't totally there. And I don't know if that's magic, I don't know if that's manipulation, but she didn't seem like she was in her right state.
And did she have a book on her? By any
Yeah.
chance?
Yeah, she was flipping through it. I didn't catch much. One page said something about her. I don't know who has changed. Like she's not the same person. I don't know her handwriting, so I don't know if it was about her. I don't know if she wrote it, but I don't know who she is. Just playing a pronoun game, but she did have a book on her.
Thank you. Something.
If I might
Sorry.
inquire as well.
Yeah.
Did you notice any sapphire on her?
Did I?
Nope.
Right.
What is the significance of sapphire?
Kerr will pull out the
Right.
broken ring,
Mm-hmm.
pull out the shard from the sapphire dragon. It's-
Blue dragons.
Becoming a running theme at this point.
I had forgotten.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
There's also a lot of dragons going on.
Listen. Right now, you just got to deal with one really big one and one slightly less big, really big one that used to be your husband. It's fine.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
just-
see what happens.
Technically speaking, you'll never have divorced.
She died though, till death do us part.
Yeah.
But elves have the
Don't even
same-
need divorce at that point. Why would you
I
bring
think
lawyers
we
into
had
it?
this debate like
We
multiple
did.
times.
Unless you're still married, then it was like, wait, no, you're not. So
I think I just was like, they're not married.
Belle's just like, by the power invested in me, I swear.
It is a
It's
reverse
just sipping
ceremony.
her tea. It's not even the teacup's empty. Like she's just sipping.
By
tea
the
never
audacity vested in me.
Yeah. She's like, "I've about had it."
Just hands a teacup over.
That's one way to describe Kilix in one sentence: the audacity of this man.
So now we need to discern whether we are to go north or west.
Well,
Fires place is so.
there's fires in both directions, as I recall.
Yeah.
Well, are we trying to apprehend the armies or the cult or whatever we're calling this at this point? I know they were an underground organization for a while, but
I
At this
think
point-
first and foremost, we are attempting to prevent Arcos from being freed from the plane he's currently imprisoned. But where that ritual is happening, or if it is happening in two locations and it doesn't matter where we go, I am uncertain.
Well, we need to go wherever Horus is. And he's with Farah to the north, or we assume.
Either they went north or Davith had bad information and they are still west. Is that
well,
Oh, you're mute.
Nix? We can't hear you.
That'd probably help. I'm pretty sure we thought he was to the west and Farah had maybe traveled to the north just based on there being more fires than there were before. But with them being together, I'm not certain anymore.
And is there a link to your brother somehow?
Well, I'll say, Kareku, you know, to the southwest from, being there, there's a place called Navrana Keep, which is a prison.
mm-hmm.
You used to live there for a little bit.
If there's a prison, I've lived in it.
So that's what's to the southwest. There
then
used to
to
be a
the-
forest around it.
And I will describe the room. I mean, there wasn't really a whole lot to go off of, but it was a large stone room rather than the wooden one that they're in before, which means they moved, but we don't know how far.
Did
Do you
that sound?
notice any of the? You said that there was writing on the cave or the walls. Can you remember any of the symbols?
I don't think there's writing on the walls.
Yeah, there was.
She-
There was Draconic.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Draconic.
Infernal and Draconic.
I don't know either of those languages, so
I know, but isn't Fel? Can she read things?
I can also read Draconic and Infernal.
I mean, I can. Yeah. Yes, I've eyes. Yes, I can read. 8.
I can read.
That was accidentally the most sassy thing ever.
Yes, I can read.
I am
Because I
sorry.
have
Maybe this
eyes,
is meta
I
at
can
this point. I
read.
thought at this point they'd had the conversation that she was able to read the runes, but maybe not. Now I'm confusing myself.
I mean, she's
she's
been
able-
randomly
knowledge,
reading everything,
there's-
so
Yeah.
When you're
No,
meta,
I thought there was like there had been certain things that anyway.
yeah, she's
But
she's
somebody
not
somebody
sneaky
can
with
read
it.
those languages. Dang it!
Yeah.
But she
Somebody
didn't
do it.
see.
No,
I can.
but yeah, if Nyx can write some of them, then maybe.
Or I could
can
potentially look again.
Yeah.
Now that
I
it's in
mean-
your memories.
To some degree, that wasn't really my focus, so I don't know how well it'll be. There's a difference between me memorizing the person's face and their general characteristics and
Right.
trying to remember runes that I don't know the language. I mean, I could
I-
certainly try, but
I have a thought, Nyx. I'm struggling to recall. I remember being able to speak to plants in the land, and they were able to get information from distances. Is there a way that we can utilize nature to tell us if they are one way or the other?
That's a good question. Let me look through my enormously long spell list.
I remember Angle had this ability, but I don't see it on my list, so I don't think I'm high enough.
It's like in
maybe?
Baldur's Gate.
You're
Every time you
not
try
high
to
enough.
talk to the
Yeah.
rats. When you
I
try to
also
Hey.
thought I had
I'm
access
pretty sure
to
that's like a
Draven. I
level
don't see
20
it now.
of the
No,
No?
that one is to like grow stuff. This is just speak with.
I think that is like a
Plants
higher
or
level spell though, that of the
Yeah.
ancient paladin. You wouldn't have
Mhm.
it level 13? 13 yet. I think it's like a
Well, we're level 13, but I'm only a level 10 paladin, so
you wouldn't have it at this point.
yeah.
Let me see.
Oh yeah, I
If it does exist, it might not be something that I could do today.
Speak,
Right.
Speak with plants is only a 3rd level spell.
Oh, then I should have access to it. I have third
might
level.
Speak
just-
with plants is like the initial plants, I believe.
Yeah.
Uh,
Are you talking commune with nature?
It might be.
Yeah,
I
that's
should
It's
have
been a
that.
while.
It's been a while.
I don't remember distance or any of that. Just that it's a thing you can do.
Commune with
3
nature is a
miles.
5th level spell.
Okay.
That's
It's only 3 levels or 3 miles. That's a lot farther away.
yeah.
What about like the wind? Can we talk to the wind? Wind travels.
The wind never says anything, so we just can't hear
Now
it anymore.
I hear Pocahontas. Now I hear
We just wanna know which way to go.
Pocahontas,
Yes,
yeah.
I do. I'm
What's
trying
your
to get
name?
it.
Wendy.
No, it'd be
Just a-
Windston.
Just
Windston.
aren't we going into the town to kind of find out where they're going?
Right.
Okay, we can fill in the gaps there.
There is somebody that is infiltrated. There are ember keepers in the town, as far as we know.
Well, we know that you
Right.
like to get information from the enemy.
Is that an in-character Kareku smile? Is that how he's smiling right now?
Yep. Just like
and that Gray
eh.
just smirks and shakes her head.
So,
I do.
Conjure Fae. Sure. That'll help us, right?
Conjure Fae. Hey, you can send a Quaddle
Oh,
on
it's
a
a
pixie.
nice
Conjure-
mission.
Conjure Fae, Yavanna shows up. Never mind!
I think she's a little bit too high level for me to conjure. I don't think
only
it's
other
conjure
thing
Arc Fae.
I can think of is to go speak with animals and hope there's a bird who's been there recently.
again, all I can think of is Baldur's Gate and trying to talk to the rats, and they give you nothing useful. They're a rat.
Hey,
Or
the
there's that squirrel
squirrel's
that attacks
great.
you. There's the
The
squirrel.
squirrel
that-
is
Depending on
hilarious.
the bird you get.
I didn't
Very
realize that by
intelligent.
kicking the squirrel as Korrigar, I was going to like soccer kick him into the tree, and I was like, no. There's a squirrel
I didn't know you
attacks
could.
There's a squirrel that attacks your feet, and it says "shoo the squirrel off you with a kick." And I thought he was just gonna like get off me. Korrigar soccer kicked him into the tree, and I was like, oh,
Immediate death.
no.
I owed squirrel.
I can do freedom of the winds. I
was
can
like,
turn into
ooh.
clouds.
I love that
I
spell.
mean, that could get us over the forest and get us right there.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you can
I was
move
like,
so
no.
fast in that.
You can totally be seen coming.
Oh, this is a different one. This is.
What's the,
This might
what's
be a
the-
number.
we can be farts,
Oh,
guys. we can be
critical.
farts.
Gaseous form.
Yeah.
I've got that
Yeah.
one, but it can
We
only
be
work on me.
farts.
All right, let me find "Goodbye Moon Man" on Spotify.
Yeah.
In other
so
words, you need to level up before you get there.
I do have commune with nature. I don't have access to it today, and it's only 3 miles, which I think we're
Okay.
like a mile just
Okay.
out of the town. So
Fair enough.
Okay.
Glad we added the quotes channel because that's just I have eyes. I can read.
I would say that we just wait and decide on direction till we see what's in the town.
yeah.
That could change everything anyway, so
Fair
might as
enough.
well use this time, now that we've got that out of the way, to not have no answers on anything.
It is a frustrating feeling that you unfortunately get used to.
You
Really?
do?
How many hundreds of years does that take?
I think it's a case by case. I was okay not having all the answers, so long as I knew what I intended. But I also had people who helped me much in the same way that we are doing this. It's nice to have friends again.
What are we gonna do?
That is a very good question.
I am very hungry.
You did a lot of swimming.
I heard 2 voices at once, and I didn't understand either one of them. Usually, I'm more perceptive than that, but it didn't work this time.
Probably for the best.
Fair. I'm going to go make dinner. Well, I guess it's more lunch. Yes, I should make lunch. Any
Technically
requests?
dinner in a lot of places.
That's also true.
It's dinner somewhere.
Which means it's drinking time
It's
somewhere.
Semantics are fun.
Lunch
Rest in
and,
peace, Jimmy Buffett.
and then afternoon tea, and then dinner, and then supper.
We're just on 11Cs.
It's too late for 11Z's. It's noon.
Says you. We woke up late.
That's you, disembodied voice.
I choose to ignore the disembodied voice that seems to follow us everywhere. Any requests for lunch? Fancy, low-key, camp?
Follow your heart, Kareku. What would you like to make?
I have to have a heart for that to happen.
You have a heart.
Fair. It's just stopped a number of times. That's a good line.
I'm so
do that
tired. Go to the table and start.
I also want to appreciate that when Kirk was like, "Do we want anything just kind of low key?" I just saw Ruka's eyes just open over and over, like,
The
"What?
slow blink.
What?"
She's just gonna go to the table and start doing multiple doodles of Farah.
Right. Follow my heart.
Your culinary heart.
Kirina, I'm not a baker. Could you help with bread?
We made breakfast. But fine.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I can work on it. It's just not going to be as good.
Uh-huh. I'll go to the kitchen with him to help make bread.
Kara will just start working. I'm going to look up something. Hold on.
While Karina's doing that, she's gonna just probably at least with flour, there's going to be flour on her hair. She like taps in front of Felicity. I don't think that's forgetting that you have worries. Weren't you the one saying we should? Oh, my voice is horrible. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
Works perfectly.
Say that again?
I thought you were the one saying we should not be worrying right now. So,
Well,
I don't think that's what that is.
What else am I supposed to do?
No, something fun.
I don't know what that would be.
I could give you a knife.
No.
You could help me make bread. I don't think that would be fun for you. You could draw something that you actually like to draw.
Well, it's not that. It's just... And she's like finishing the sketch. I'm worried for her, but not in the way that I thought I would be. So, I'm just memorizing the face at the different angles while I have it, and then I can help you make bread. But you know, I'm not that good at that sort of thing.
It's not a terribly difficult task. I think Kareku just doesn't like doing it.
That's true.
Bread's
Okay.
fairly simple. But you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just saying maybe stop overthinking so much.
I'm trying. It's going to take a little bit of time. Just because I'm still so aimless, but we'll get there. So, bread. Right. And she'll like finish like the doodle real quick and close her book and holster it. And
Holster the
yeah,
Sorry,
no,
that's
seriously.
all I picture.
And her nice holsters. So she'll and then she'll just follow Karina and whatever she wants Fel to do.
Next, do you have any sunflower seeds?
Yeah, I should.
Just
I'll
start
be-
opening cabinets.
I think those are in the cellar. I'll go down and get
okay.
those. Just like sprint down, run back up with like a small bag of sunflower seeds.
Perfect.
Ray's just sitting at the table growing flower after flower after flower, and there's just very slowly this pile of flowers growing in front of her.
Running through a window, a little silver fox runs in and just sits in front of Gray with a letter, with a note, with a little piece of paper in its mouth.
Okay.
Hunt it.
No. And,
Wasn't
Does
the
that
barrier?
mix, doesn't he?
yeah, we still have that drug.
Does it count for animals too?
I don't know.
It's creatures. Any unwelcome creatures.
Well,
But
Maybe
if it's
not
God,
a real.
the fox
Yeah, it
and
might
all.
But
not
if
be a
it's
real
God.
creature.
Hey, I still have that stupid belt on, okay? I still have the belt on.
That's true.
Stay
We're
down.
already.
Okay, I
Uh.
love the idea of Karina walking around the kitchen with like a big UFC belt and she's like trying to like make bread.
Get out of here, gods!
It's gotta be all D&D armor that just like randomly perfectly sizes to you.
I
She's
also
going
like the idea that
to.
it's still a Thor-sized belt, so it's like
Oh.
higher when midsection.
No, I
More
will,
like
I
a
will refuse.
corset.
Just start like cutting off chunks of leather.
She'll invisa mage hand it out of its mouth and bring it to her to read.
And then the fox runs away.
Great.
It's just a little piece of paper. It says, hi Vidi. I had Roxy follow you. Sorry. And
That would explain it.
Rudolph's just doing some crazy stuff. But don't worry. I won't let him go too far. I'll stop it. Talk to you soon.
She just kind of like there's just this visible weight that sags her down, and she just keeps slowly with the flowers, like just concentrating on something that's not in her head, just creating flowers.
All right.
Oh, just Rudolsheth has made choices that I do not agree with. I do not know what he is doing, so I cannot know if I should worry more than I am, or at all. He does not wish to confide in me. Not like when he was a little boy.
Yeah, he is an adult now.
Yes.
I'm sure that's odd to see him now in this new light.
I just can't help but wonder what would be different if I had been there.
That's fair. It's not really. Wish that was something we could know. Even the divination powers that I know. Just everything splinters off into what ifs eventually.
Yes. And it's hard to divinate the past and what could have been.
Right.
Meanwhile, Kareku.
Hearing that conversation, Kara would abort mission for a minute, and would just be continuing working on his lunch for everybody. He's basically preparing. He's taken eggs and been furiously beating at just the yolks for a very long time, and slowly adding oil and everything that way. And then as that kind of becomes this viscous white sauce, he then adds chickpeas and grapes and peppers and onions, celery, things that way, and kind of just salting to taste, things that way, and then just places that in the icebox. And once the bread's done, I should have had foresight on that, but once the bread's done, we can eat.
Question, Felicity, are you attentively drawing doodles of Farah, or are you just kind of mindlessly doodling?
She had closed the book to help Kirina with bread.
That's right. Sorry, my bad.
But yeah, before she'd been doing a little bit of both.
Okay.
So yeah, she's awaiting instruction with her hands behind her back and just a little bit of a bounce, and just kind of not sure what to do.
Well, Korea would have started showing her she's done the whole, gotten out the flowers already. Things are basically she's on the kneading stage at this point by the time Val probably joins her. So, which probably would be more easier if Val's ever worked with clay or anything like that. Plus, work out some of the aggression that she's hiding.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Blast the bread.
No.
You need to beat the dough.
That would be great, but magic. No.
Insta-cook.
Insta-cook.
Yeah, so she's just, and they're making basically think like a harvest bread. It's got the sunflower seeds in it. Not knowing what Kareku's doing, she's kept away from adding anything that would sweeten the bread or anything like that. So it's just basically a plain, basic white grained, bread. Just simple.
You're torturing Lore right now.
I freaking love bread.
Love bats.
Oh,
It's the
great.
same
Yeah.
energy.
So, but as they are forming the bread into the shape, basically the pan that they're going to cook it in, Karina just wants to look at the flowers that Gray has conjured.
There are
any of them?
So many kinds.
Are any of them of the edible variety?
Yeah. She's just going through and randomly making them, and edibles would have.
And this is
For
what
sure.
she will say to Felicity. Can you first ask Gray which ones are edible, and then also pick the right colors and maybe decorate the top with bread? It'll bake into it and add just a little bit of color not really flavor, I don't think.
Sure. What colors?
I'm not the artist. What's your area?
Oh, okay. And she'll like
In a perfect imitation of Gray's voice, follow your heart.
she just gives him the fell finger and walks over to Gray.
Karina just takes a little wad of the dough and
You always know when it's spell putting up when it's this, or when it's Ruko when it's this.
This is true. This is yeah.
And now I understand why you always do this to me after I saw your video. You're like, you bring God into it. And I was like,
Me and Don about to have a talk.
It wasn't even like an
That was a great
explanation for
video.
me. It was like, yes, I understand this completely.
oh,
yeah, I
understand.
didn't need an explanation. I was like, yep.
I was
It's
like,
just
oh, I
universal.
understand a lot now.
It's just universal.
Yeah.
Why? So yeah, she'll like go over to Gray real quick. And do like a light tap on the shoulder. Karina wanted me to decorate the top of the bread with edible flowers.
Oh, all right. Just gonna look across at her, and there's like a little wind that picks up, and she kind of like looks at all of them as they're kind of just floating there, and then a bunch start to float down, and then the ones that are edible, there's just a rainbow of colors, a variation of them, and they're just kind of floating there from a little gentle wind. All of these are safe.
Okay. She'll just like pick out some that, contrast, look cute and cool. She's just doing a quick thing, snatches them up. Thank you. I will be right back. And she'll dash back over to her spot and get to work doing the top decoration.
Gray's just gonna pick one out and just eat it.
And so, yeah. And then she'll just do ta-da to Karina. Like, will this do? It's very like cottage core-y, like very just like eclectically arranged. There's no rhyme or reason to it, but she had fun doing it. So
Awesome.
It's 3
and then just
episodes, cottage core.
Go over to the
Cottagecore.
oven and realize that
Just staying cottage core forever.
just go to the oven and realize that Kareku didn't preheat the oven. Dang it!
Eldritch Blast.
I wasn't in charge of bread.
Blast.
Just let
I
Arthur
started firing.
Just stay,
I did
I
breakfast.
started blasting.
just stay on the cottage. Stay in the cottage core area. Just let Arcos take over the world and just like sit in the cottage core. Like,
Just stay here
Look,
forever.
At this point,
like
it's y'all's
Fallout.
problem. Yeah, no. So then just put it in, bake. Probably, I don't know. I think
Bake
probably
bread.
20 minutes, given what it is. It's basically like think the bread that you do like in a pot, Dutch
Mhm.
oven kind of thing. It's not kind
Like
of
a
it's
soda
not-
bread?
Yeah, kind of a
Love
soda bread.
that.
Lord,
that
you're
it
so
can-
excited.
Yeah, so
Yes.
plus that tends to cook a little faster, so because it's part of the steaming effect. So yeah,
Mhm.
and then just hot. Yes. Yeah. Which is
Okay.
ironic because there's like 4 people here who could do it in a way that wouldn't cause somebody to get burned.
I'm
But
resistant
she
to
may-
fire damage.
Fire resistant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope,
Fell,
just
it fell
Asbestos
sees
hands.
Karina, trying to like burn it. She's just gonna like take it. Like, no, stop! I'm the cleric. No.
The cleric. Keep it.
she's used to it.
Ah,
Okay. We have bread. It has pretty flowers on it, and sunflower seeds because that
Yeah,
sounded
sure.
good to me.
put it on the table.
It's so pretty.
Are
Okay.
we just eating the bread? Did I get stuck doing lunch too, and not just?
Kara goes
breakfast?
over to the ice box and pulls out the mixtures. This is something we did back home, just on occasion. Usually, something quick, easy, light. There are eggs in it. I'm not sure if that's going to bother you, Nix.
I'm not vegetarian.
Oh, okay.
I'm the one with the grudge against eggs.
You're right. You won't recognize the eggs. I dare you to try this.
Grudge against it.
Didn't you
feel
cook
that.
a bunch of eggs that one time?
She did
I did.
quite a bit, and Kara will lean towards towards the counter to lean down, just kind of in a smug way. But as he does so, he lands on the edge of a bellows that he secretly set up right in front of the flowers of Gray pointing towards her.
Secretly set up a bellows.
I got a 31 on
You
stealth.
got a 31 on
What?
stealth. You got a 31 on stealth.
Bro, we're all in the kitchen. I don't care. Is that with disadvantage here? Come
I'm sorry,
on.
wait, what did he set up?
You'd be surprised how much you
Close.
can get away with if people just think you're working, honestly.
That's really fair. That
A
is
31
fair.
on stealth and a 23 on sleight of hand, so he definitely succeeded.
What?
He
The
pointed
bellows.
the bellows
So
at-
all of the flowers then just blow straight into Gray's face. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Is that on purpose, or am I gonna have to kill you?
Yes.
He's all yours. I'm not reviving him again.
I
I
will
hope
say-
he perks up hearing that.
That is something that I won't say I didn't do in the past.
Uh-huh. Like on top of a building, perchance. Anyways, so we cut the bread into slices, we put this mixture into it, and then eat it like sandwiches. It's lovely.
Did you
Nice.
just did that flower go like everywhere?
It was just the
Flowers.
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 Just the flowers.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming they're just all scattered.
Girl scattered behind Gray.
She's gonna just take one of the edible ones that landed on her and just staring at Kareku, just eats it.
You get to
Brett?
explain to Nyx why you just destroyed their house.
It's just flowers.
Drawers.
Fair.
And then Nyx's eyes slowly turn towards Soul. Stare down the owlbear.
Karina will just start cutting the
So
bread.
honestly, or not Celeste, Soul is just like, "What?"
It's like
People are
the
going to eat.
blank-eyed stare that Ripley gives me when I know she's in trouble. Just like, I know you did bad. You know you did bad. You're not going to acknowledge it.
Oh, we're
Karina's cutting the bread.
Yep, food.
Eat, partake,
Gray does like an
Wine.
open face.
wine for everybody.
There's just wine. Just wine. Just
Just wine.
How long does that ale last on making it so it doesn't hurt to eat?
The temporary hit points last for 24 hours till a long rest. But if you
Burn.
drink enough. But we still haven't gotten the item, Cole.
Which item?
The breakdown of the the
Oh,
jug that
I'm
of
sorry.
Thor's stuff, because there's certain questions like, for example, how long can, because technically Gray drank it at breakfast, so can she
Does it
still
s-
eat?
Right, or does it hurt again? Like, how long does the effects of it not hurting last?
As long as the tipper hit points, which I have set here as an hour.
15.
If
Wait,
it-
what?
The temporary hit points last. Oh no, sorry. The temporary hit points last until long rest. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
15 temps.
so her throat doesn't hurt. Perfect. She eats.
Cool.
Thank you, everyone who helped.
There's slowly inching his way over to Soul with a piece of bread.
Very interesting. It's over 5 gold, so he gets nipped just a little.
Whoa. Hi, Nick.
Nice keyboard.
Anyone for that? Anyone?
You're still muted, Storm.
I can definitely make that bet a little bit more biased. So that would have to have someone betting against you.
The bet is if Kareku will get nipped by the owlbear.
Mm-hmm. Because I don't think he really knows how to interact with animals.
Right.
He's offering food to it.
It's like
Yeah.
this, and it's like the slowest, most like
animal
cautious
handling.
walk possible.
Animal handling.
But-
He's just
I
slowly
think
eating pieces of the
Karis
bread.
made more animal
Oh.
handling checks than I have.
That's
He keeps
fitting.
messing with animals.
Oh, that's not horrible.
Oh, you actually don't have bad.
13?
She just looks
You
down.
technically have better animal handling than I do.
You-
Because rogue
and
stuff.
He does definitely bite your finger.
Nipping.
Okay.
Nibbles.
Takes 6 piercing damage.
Gentle.
His finger's like, that's pretty deep.
Come here, Kareku.
I've had worse.
She just
Just gonna lay on hands him.
and then just sets her head down on Nyx's lap.
Okay.
Oh, it was worth a try. Thank you, Gray.
Licks its beak where the blood is.
Well, now she has a taste for you.
Slowly does the owl head turn to look at you.
Not going to say the next bit of that.
Of what?
Nothing.
Bree just slides a piece of the bread over Felicity. You made it.
So, yeah, she'll pick at it. But she's not touching the wine. So she'll just eat slowly.
Water?
Mm.
Grape juice, the non-alcoholic kind?
Just water is fine.
Apple
I will
juice?
take the grape juice.
This ice chest seems to have an unlimited supply of liquids in it, which is really quite impressive. I'm literally just pulling out more liquid. There's milk.
I don't know why I'll just stock up, and I haven't been here very long, so.
It's fair. That's a
Been a
nut
while.
milk of some kind.
Is there
I'm not
sarsaparilla?
Give me a moment.
Sarsaparilla.
I love sarsaparilla.
Like,
so
sticks
much.
half of his body in the ice chest. Just like,
Close it on top of him.
sorry.
Ah, nobody ever has it, especially on tap.
We could make some. We
Isn't
could make
it hard to
sarsaparilla.
Yeah.
Mm,
Technically, it's made from roots, so yeah, we
Yeah.
could.
it just
Take a couple days, but
we can make some, and then when we come back, it'll be ready.
Not to I'm stuck.
oh my god.
I got him. She goes over and just eats
Ah.
it.
It feels like Kareku is the little brother of a bunch of sisters, and
He's older than all but 2. He's
it's fine.
We're
the
the,
middle child. Oh no, that's even worse.
if we're the family, this is a bit dysfunctional, but sure.
I've not really been a part of a functional family ever, so.
That's fair. I thought I was.
Joke's on you.
Jokes on you. You just didn't know half your family.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm doing it.
Why is Felicity rolling performance? That scares me.
I'm not rolling anything.
That just-
rolling performance just to see if
Was it
she can
was it a
pretend to be
12?
interested.
It might have been
Yeah, it was.
delayed.
I was gonna.
No,
oh
that,
yeah,
that
so
was
that's the
that
old
was
one.
way.
It popped up again for me for some reason. So I
I'm
don't know.
not rolling anything.
No, I had to
It
roll
just made me
performance.
laugh
too.
like it was like, can I convince them that I'm actually enjoying this conversation?
No,
or something?
Val looks
Well,
very.
that'd be
She's not
deceptive.
even hiding it. She looks not like how she's just. Yeah, she's tired. She looks like she's
So-
barely hanging on to the sass.
Are we staying here tonight or are we heading into the town? What's the plan?
I think it has to stay here tonight.
yeah.
I just have to reset the Druid Grove. But that would be hard to do.
One more night would be nice before stepping back into the real world and everything that comes with it.
All right.
Fair enough.
Bells will give a look at Kirina real quick and kind of look slightly apologetic as she puts her book back up and starts finishing her doodles. Like kind of like I ate, I tried, but I gotta.
It's fixating.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But she does
Do
look
not
sorry.
control the I do not control the hyperfocus.
As the
Roll for hyperfixation.
Oh
You
god.
get to roll for your hyperfixation.
No, that's
You get
unfortunate. I
to
wish I did. I think I fail. I just nat one that every time.
You roll, and then you roll again, and then you roll again, and then you roll again,
And then after you
and
roll,
then you roll again.
and then when you roll decent, you think you actually moved on to another hyperfixation, and then you just get pulled back to the old one.
Then you roll
You gotta
again.
roll.
And you roll again. Roll
Sorry,
You
to-
gotta roll on a certain table.
Speaking of
surprisingly, the actual
hyperfixation, here
table.
you go.
roll to escape Boulder's Gate. 1.
Disadvantage. 20 DC. Your plus is 1.
I think that's a good opportunity to take our break for the session, and then we'll be back in
Who
about
does that?
10, 15 minutes, guys.
Yeah.
We'll finish the rest of the session. So join us after the break.
Is this what you guys are waiting for this whole time?
Here we go! Here we go! Oh my god, there's something more than one! There's 3, there's 4, there's 5! Let's go! Axes are sharp. That's a new t-shirt! What the? What? Is this thing a Gumby? Stretch Armstrong over here? What the f was that? What this f like a dolphin? Oh! What? What? Is that my first real roll? I got a nat 20? Oh! What? Hype train! Chad, there's a hype train! Now's the time to do it! Go, baby! God, let me! I'm on fire! I'm on fire! I'm on fire! God, mother!
I don't even know what to tell y'all. That was crazy.
heard one.
I said 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
we did
wow.
that again.
that's usually how you say it, huh?
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
I didn't
What
hear
is it?
any other
It's
number.
okay.
I just heard one.
Yeah, same. I heard one. And I was like, wait.
Off to a good start.
Welcome back, everybody. As Taruka's confused face slapping 3 seconds later. Welcome
No
back.
idea
Actually,
what
we
you're
should
talking
keep it
about.
as that as our slate.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
As we return to the party, as they have decided they're going to spend the rest of their day doing a little spa day, I think was the the consensus. And then, but we're going to fast forward a little bit through that, unless you guys have any little roleplay bits you want to do until we fast forward. It's up to you guys, but if not, I'll just fast forward us to everyone go sleepy sleeps except Gray because she doesn't sleepy sleeps.
He meditates for a couple hours.
Just a few.
Now everyone can go to sleep and their long
Out of
rest.
curiosity, is Gray gonna meditate the first 4 hours or?
Yeah, she usually meditates the first 4 and then stays up.
Okay, cool. But we need 8.
Owlbear.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, no, if the owlbear's still out there, I was gonna say Karina might stand guard just to be extra cautious because things are weird.
Soul's
but
not
no,
going to be
it's all right.
chasing after anyone, but she will definitely watch.
Yeah, she'll alert us. So yeah, okay.
She's at about
Go to bed.
3/4 speed.
Good
You guys all-
night.
You wake up in the morning.
Real quick.
Like P. Diddy.
Oh no.
I almost said it, and I saw your face.
It's nothing big, I swear. And it's nothing
You
big
said
like
that last
going
time,
on a track
too.
and win. No, I promise. This is just
It's nothing big. It's
No,
nothing
no,
big.
listen,
Son of the
listen,
ancient
you do it.
amethyst dragon.
Listen.
Gray is just gonna get Kareku up a little bit early and make him go running with her like she said she was gonna do.
Karina's already outside doing her
It's making
routine.
him work out.
She's gonna make him run.
How I feel about cardio, honestly.
Listen, when I move to Colorado, I'm going to make you do all the working out with me, including cardio, and be like, "You have. If I have to do it, you have to do it."
I will not be doing cardio. I absolutely refuse. Squats
Fine,
are
you can-
enough cardio.
Fine, you can Yoda on my back while I run, and they'll-
So while they're doing that,
Something small, right?
no,
small.
that's. I was just gonna wonder if Fel got a straight sleep
Yee.
for once.
No,
Great.
no, nothing.
Oh wait, I should actually take a long rest.
Yeah, that's also
Yeah,
why.
I think I need to
HP
reset
back.
some spells.
Felicity, you have a calm, deep sleep for the first time in a while,
Yes.
and you have, I will say, you have familiar dreams about a familiar friend.
Okay.
Kare's running alongside Gray. It's just like still half asleep as he's running.
You're actually running alongside Gray, or does he think he doesn't? Gray's like 30 feet in front of him.
Probably,
Gray's
but
like
either way,
walking.
either way,
She's
he's,
walking.
either
she's
way, he
walking
just like
next to
mumbles
him.
to himself, saying, "You know, medical studies have shown that cardio isn't actually that effective when it comes to working out. You really should just be doing weight training for the most part with mild cardio." And he's like reciting a textbook as he's.
She's just listening, having already read this textbook.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut as a person who is a professional in that field. It's literally my job. But anywho, yeah, so Kareku is going
Don't
to...
take any athletic advice from us on the stream.
No.
Unless
It's Care. He's died like 3 times. Like, why would you take it?
Don't say that, Lord. You took athletic advice from me and it worked.
You don't count. That's your job.
Hey, I tried. You still haven't given it to me.
Kara is just saying.
I'm sorry. I'm a child.
Kara's just saying this because he's tired and cranky and doesn't want to be running.
Karina is doing her thing and probably trying to tune out the incessant whining that is
Textbook.
happening right now.
Listen, I'm
Just
just
like,
saying, better off just doing push-ups.
yeah,
So wait,
she's-
how early is this?
Probably like dawn.
As early as Gray could get Kareku up with him still having a full long rest.
So 5 a.m. got it.
Probably dawn.
right.
Up at 5 a.m.
Unless Fel slept, did the whole koala thing again.
Well, I was gonna say actually, if Karina's out training and Fel got pretty decent sleep, but you know when you get too much sleep and you're not used to it, so you don't actually sleep all the way. She's gonna get up fairly early for Fel. Kind of odd because she's like
Not.
I actually slept. That's suspicious. But she can't go back to sleep, which is also annoying. So figuring that, Karina trains in the mornings, Fel will she'll wear more like loose, like what she would see like training, which is like sports top and just her pants, and go out to Karina with her bow staff and just look at her? What's she doing?
Probably just push-ups or something. Like, there's not a lot here for her to. She's not going to hit trees or anything like that. She doesn't really want to hurt the trees because she thinks that would upset Nyx, so she's not going to hurt the trees. So yeah, she's just
Speak
doing
for the trees.
normal, right?
The trees.
She's doing the normal, like, just
Every Muay Thai fighter in the world just went, why not?
body weight kind of stuff, and yeah. She
To be
probably
what I
would've
would
warmed up with some spear movements, but then gone to body weight.
Okay.
with Druid Grove up. Some of the trees can hit back.
That's very true.
Wrong one. Ah!
We should mark these.
Defeats the purpose.
That's the plot of God of War 2018. Tree gets chopped down. Suddenly bad guys.
Hit back.
No. Yeah, Fel's not gonna say anything. She's just going to start like she acknowledge, like she'll just like acknowledge like real quick, and then very casually as if she's done this like every morning, totally. She'll just start going through the bow staff movements, the different formations, which she's not done in front of Kirina, I don't think. So yeah, she'll just be casually doing that in the morning beside her, like, yeah, sweet, okay, cool. This is what we do.
Okay.
Yeah, she's just
Sure.
yeah, she's just I've not practiced this early ever, I don't think. But she's hitting every formation. She's pretty fluid in like the movement. It's more of like a flow arts at this point. Just to kind of wake herself up, and it actually feels nice. She's actually surprised. Like she's like, yeah, it's actually I can see why you do this. Yeah, for my stupid mental health. She was like, yeah, she was
Get
like,
up and lift weights for your mental health.
yeah. So she'll like stop with like the bow staff kind of out and down and from it. Like, this is actually nice.
And hear Kareku in the background. Usually, when
These
that
activities can
isn't
include any
thing.
form of dynamic nature workout.
Let's roll up, Eddie.
They've
It's just
been at it
Captain
for
America.
about a half hour, and he's been breathing heavily for
What
29
you
minutes
do?
of it.
It's
What
just the
you
Captain
do for
America
love.
on your left as Greg keeps passing him. Like,
Well, I just
Oh
keep
no,
thinking.
she's just casually jogging beside him. She's slow. For her, it's not about how fast she can go. It's just the activity itself.
I just imagine Nyx up in a tree with a cup of coffee going, idiots.
Yeah. Nyx is probably in the watchtower. Up with some tea. Originally there, but if you guys are as they walk down the stairs, they end up actually shifting. Not into an animal, but into a like changeling shifting into a Kolsar form. Much taller than Nyx's, which Nyx is fairly tall, honestly, to begin with. So probably like, how tall are Kolsar normally?
Average
Actually-
Kolsar is between like 7 foot and 8 foot. Really tall ones end up like 8.5 to 9 feet tall, but like Koragar is like 8.5.
Okay, so probably shorter on the Kolsar side, but like a foot taller than Nyx normally is. So about 7 foot, very like looks like a man, fully, very masculine. White hair, braided very similarly to Nyx's, and then just very vivid purple eyes.
I'm never gonna get used to that.
Nyx can just grow muscles whenever Nyx wants.
Yeah, they're not functional though. It's like me. I can grow muscles and they're not functional anymore.
Versus
Did you-
mine's the opposite. Mine don't get any bigger; they just get stronger.
Yeah.
Did you want
Secret
to do anything else, or are you good?
Belle's just like, she looks over at Kareku and Gray, just kind of
Careful,
like,
give me a con save.
See how long you keep this up.
this is good.
Oh no.
He's got good motivation this morning, apparently. That's a 17 with 0.
Wait, he's actually
Wow.
making a con save?
Yeah.
If Gray notices that he's like needing to stop, she won't force him to keep
How much
going.
of it is acting and how much is it actually needs to stop?
Right.
No, he's going strong. That 17, I say he can go strong for a little bit longer.
Most of it's acting right now. He is definitely sweating and breathing heavy, but he's just complaining.
He's a drama queen. And I think Gray can tell.
Who a drama queen? Who could have?
Yeah, Phil's just looking at Kirina like, you've gotten cute.
You have room to talk?
Not anymore.
The water?
What water?
The swimming lesson?
There was no one else to teach me?
I wasn't going to tackle you into the water. I wasn't sure how you'd take it, and also you have Gray massively confused, just so you're aware.
What do you mean?
She asked me about you and Kareku.
As in...
Yeah.
And what did you say?
That I didn't think anything, or maybe not, or it was very uncomfortable the way the questionings were coming, and I got very confused, and then I thought it was clear that no, and then the swimming lesson, and then I just gave up.
Sorry. No, and Belle will start moving her motions again, kind of hitting it harder each time. No, she's not hitting anything, but the movements are very less flowy. No, you're right. Maybe that means that she's getting curious, and maybe that'll speed things along so I can stop having to worry about it or think about it.
Rena grabs a spear and reaches up and just blocks one of them.
I don't know how you could have answered better, so it's not exactly like I have anything to say. But they're cozy. They look cute. They're doing things together, so maybe that's progress.
No.
He's acting like an idiot.
She blocks another blow. Like she's literally standing there, has stood up, and has started to just kind of awkwardly block the blows, but just more just so that Fel doesn't overswing or something, and also just giving her something to connect with.
Yeah, she definitely.
There's a satisfying crack.
Yeah, she looks at Kirina kind of like, can I continue to fight you? Or is... like sparring
she's not making any attacks, but she's just on defending. So
like, yeah, Fel's gonna give her like a look like I'm going to keep hitting very lightly, but like she kind of recognizes that this might be helping her a bit. Yeah, so she'll keep kind of we're sparring a little bit, right?
I mean, I suppose we can, if that's what...
No, I mean, just, it's nice to have contact. It feels a little bit better than the wind.
Sure. Go for it. I'm pretty sure I can probably take most of what you can dish out, as long as you don't fling a spell at me like it did at the other training ground. If you're going to do that, let me get the shield and armor.
I wouldn't do that. That was a very different case. But in this case, this is much calmer, and this feels nice. It's not like it's super aggressive. And she'll just start to kind of get out her frustration safely, kind of with Kirina, because she feels safer to do so.
Kirina just basically is letting Fel do all the attacks. She actually does not do an attack, at least not at this point. She's just letting Fel take the attacks and going off of that and blocking. At least for now.
Yeah, she'll take one last kind of like the crack, and then put her staff down, just breathing, and I think it'll be fine.
I wouldn't it? You talked? Who cares what other people think? Isn't that what everyone keeps telling me?
Are we talking about the same thing?
I don't know.
Why not?
I thought we were talking about you and Kareku, but also it might apply to other things. There's a lot going on.
There is. I haven't even had a chance to ask you about your fiancé.
Uh-huh.
Which I haven't forgotten about, by the way.
About the time sees pretty man walking out of the woods.
Very, very pretty man, slow walking with hair billowing in the wind.
Moto,
I
It's like,
assume
it's like the Old Spice ads, but with Geralt of Rivia, but like a foot taller.
I've been feeling fine.
This man Geralt of Rivia mixed with Ronduil. That's what he looks like.
Mm-hmm.
you just see Karina's eyes like
You're a
slide
man.
past Belle, clocking. I assume Karina can figure out this is Nyx.
Yeah,
Give me a
exact
perception
same
check.
clothes. I don't change, like, I can't change clothes in
It's
tiefling form.
with
I
that,
might her passive is 21 and her passive insight 16.
That's
Oh, yeah.
definitely Nyx.
And you saw Nyx at the top of
Yeah.
the watchtower, and now
That's
there
true.
is men walking down in Nyx's clothes, which because I can't change that with the changeling because it's
It
changing
better
their
be Nyx,
form and
otherwise
not just
that's
a
a-
disguise.
It better be Nyx, otherwise that's a really interesting. That's a really
Yeah, or else that's plot. Fanfiction comes out.
Sorry, what was that? What was that?
Is it
Rika?
not
I'm sorry,
plot?
did you say?
You do realize, kind of notice that the reason that Nyx has like a lot of like slung strapping, almost like layered clothing, is because they can pretty easily shift it to accommodate like
Clever.
different sizes. Yeah, and my phrasing is really bad here right now, but
Hmm. Lots of
being
straps,
good.
huh?
yeah, so they can just like tie the clothing a little bit differently, so it's not like awkwardly tight in areas and has like a very short skirt or anything. Anyway.
It's definitely like a double take. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know we could do that.
Nyx hasn't changed into any of you guys yet, which I'm waiting
true.
on because I can. I've thought about it and I've practiced voices, but
Oh no. Yeah, you just see Karina's eyes like glide past looking. That's new. I knew they could do it, but it's a little strange to see actually just turn spell. Oh, she's full on distracting. And then it was perfect timing that it had like it was like one of those things of nope, not
Almost
having
like
this
we-
conversation.
We'll finish this later.
Smells like I will learn the tea.
Yeah. You cannot say my tea is fine without spilling your own. And she'll like,
My tea is not in front of us.
my tea's running around the woods. What are you
I
talking
know,
about?
that's what I'm saying. Mine's not present. Ha
Running around the woods with another woman.
With another woman.
wow.
We
This
want
is
to.
true.
Okay. Yeah. Is Nyx like approaching us? Like, what's?
Yeah, like I mean, probably you guys because the other two are running around.
You're approaching me.
A new challenger approaches.
Just JoJo memes.
Nani?
Nani?
That was Smash Bros. Anyway,
Nyx?
I was quoting JoJo. You were quoting Smash.
I was quick Smash Bros. Yes. Yeah. You're up early.
Yeah, I couldn't. I slept too much. Does that make sense?
For me, yeah. Not as much you. No.
Is Nyx's braid like to the side? Like how
exposed.
How exposed are the man tits?
I'm waiting
Very
for context.
distracting.
No. Like what's Nyx's hairstyle? In
Oh,
this?
so it's mostly loose hair with like braids in it.
Okay.
So like,
Because like for a
occasional
second,
braids.
Nyx looks like Prince for a brief moment, and it freaks her out.
Oh no!
And then she like she's like,
No Prince was that big.
he's had many forms.
Fair.
And so
That sound wrong.
it should.
Hello.
We're not gonna get anywhere.
Everything can sound wrong at this point.
Yeah.
But you look great.
Thanks. This is one of the more comfortable forms for me. It's just easier to not repeatedly change with parties.
Very nice.
It's odd to look up at anyone. It's kind of nice.
Would Karina still be taller?
No.
Since 11.
So about close.
So about the same height, and fell
Pretty
for the
much eye to
fact that I
eye,
was
yeah.
the short one with everybody in the group.
She's leaning on it like, okay.
I don't know what to do with
This
this.
is what it feels like to be gray. Short.
This is what it's like.
Phil goes back and starts frantically writing in her diary.
Hold on. Someone taller than Karina.
Barely.
It works. Hashtag height differences.
I guess that's true for this is the first time Fel's seeing a normal sized Colsar because all the Colsar she's been around have been like monster mammoths.
Stupidly tall. Yeah.
Oh.
That's fair. No, I think literally like Fal's will like acknowledge it like, okay, that's cool, yeah. And then she's a shorter one here, and then she's gonna like back up a few steps and kind of escape Karina, how Karina was escaping her in a bit, like, okay, well, if we're just gonna do that, we're just gonna keep doing, we're gonna go back to the flow arts. Why?
There another con save, please. They've been talking a while.
Karina.
Nix will
There's
just
the nat one we were waiting for.
lean over to Karina and be like, is she okay?
Face plants.
To be fair, is anyone in this group really?
That's a good question.
I mean, it looks pretty.
Actually, you can fall on your butt if you prefer, Kareku.
And also, we know that she likes pretty people, I think. I don't really know.
Chappelle
assume-
stops at that, like,
Hello.
Look, the only people she's seen Fel give interest to are Davith, Kareku, and Gold Glitter. Do the math. / Hector, sort of. They are all pretty.
boys.
The most masculine one of those is Hector, and he's still
Right.
a pretty boy.
Right?
does Fel hear any of this?
I don't know.
Yeah, but
How
she's
much
listening
attention is
still.
Fel
Get
paying?
away from you.
Yeah.
We're
You kind of like slowly
we're
slipped
quietly
away.
saying it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Well,
if you
then
really
no,
want to listen
she
in,
doesn't
you
make any
gotta-
comments. She's
Maybe-
just gonna keep being flowy with this.
Is she flowy or is she doing the violent swings again?
Violence.
No, I think she's as she's actually taking a step away and getting back into the, not thinking type of thing. It actually looks pretty float and free and very pretty. She's focusing on just pretty dance.
With
Doesn't comment with hits.
with the joke, it would be then. I think a little better, but I don't really know. It's hard to figure out. I'm used to knowing what the other person thinks for most of my life.
Just got a lot going on.
Yeah. You ready to go home? Well,
I guess.
your parents home?
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be good to see them again.
Did we tell the runners that we're good, or
Grace just kind of squat over Kareku, just staring at him. Which way did he fall? On his face or on his butt?
oh, he
Face.
fell.
He's just face first in a puddle right now. His bubble's still coming up, so he's breathing and he's conscious, but he
That's
just
wrong.
So, tomorrow morning.
If I'm awake.
Mm-hmm.
Turns his face. Or alive.
You seem alive now.
Right. But I've chosen to live day by day at this point. We never know.
Fair.
I'm not sure my legs can move at this point.
I'm surprised that you're able to go as far as you did.
Honestly, same.
Let me see your arm, Kareku.
Okay.
She's gonna hold it. Kind of just like,
it'd be a noodle.
you know, you mentioned that weight training is better than running, but it seems that you neglect that also. Do you do anything to protect your body?
I do have armor on. And I do, well, I used to get a lot more cardio than I do now.
Well, you can either start running with me every morning, or you can join Kirina and the others if Ruka and Nyx appear like they seem to have. You have to do something, Kareku.
Well, he'll finally kind of sit up at this point. I've not really had much time to care for my body beyond what its use was.
Well, now we make time.
You hear from across the way, like 30 feet away. You can start with drinking some water. Nyx casts create and destroy water directly over top of Care.
I'm already in a puddle.
Did any of that? You know what? I'm learning that everything I say ends up becoming dirty with all of you, so I'm not going to finish my sentence.
You were going to say, did any of that end up in your mouth, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a good catch that time. You were learning.
That one was a little obvious.
Ruka's exasperation. That's not even Felicity's exasperation more. That's just Ruka's.
You're in a 10-minute power hour. I don't want to be.
I don't want to do this.
I don't want to do this.
Kerr makes his way up to his knees and finally stands up, takes that first step and kind of noodle legs for a second. I'm good. I'm good.
You don't want help?
I mean, I won't deny help, but...
All right, give me your arm again.
All right.
Your arms aren't affected by running. They're fine. Stop being dramatic.
I mean, I am a bard. That is something that...
I have known many a bard, and not all of them were as spindly as you.
Spindly, you say, huh?
Like thread on a spinning wheel.
Well, thread on a spinning wheel usually turns out to be rather beautiful if worked with a delicate hand.
Yes. And we are going to try and make sure that you at least are taken care of.
Stop it, Ruka.
I can't cover.
I am
Next,
a weaver, so.
Next, you look different.
Correct. Yes.
That's like my students. Yes, I'm
You
aware.
changed. Wow.
Miss, I have a question. I was assuming that your hand is up.
You got even taller.
How dare you?
Let me every day to work on.
Colsar tend to be a bit taller, so.
Yes.
Uh,
So this is the form you want to visit your village in?
Yeah, I figured this would be. This is. I was telling Karina. One of the 3 forms that are still myself that I'm more comfortable in. So my parents will recognize me. Any friends will, but it's not going to be immediately recognizable by most of the town.
So those who know you are those whom can be trusted?
Yeah, for the most part.
Here's hoping.
Yeah. Not the homecoming I was expecting, but you know.
Well, and if all goes
par for the course.
sideways, as it usually does, we'll improvise.
As we have done.
Always. All right. Anything else you guys needed to do before we head that way?
Is Soul around?
Like,
I am not laying hands on you again if you decide to get bit by the owlbear.
Not gonna try this time. Kara just waves and then just throws bread towards Soul at this point. Doesn't get close at this point, just throws.
Stares daggers at you. And just slowly. Oh. And just walks away.
See that? We call that progress. You were all witnesses.
It's better. For sure.
Paying attention.
Yeah.
She's still doing her thing.
Fells across the grove. She's giving up on Kara. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's just still finishing.
Finishing her workout, bro.
Don't worry, I got you that time. Wasn't me.
This is just all the innuendos today.
It's been a plethora. While they're all waiting for Ruka, Gray's gonna go wash up. She's
That's the second time.
We're all waiting for Ruka. It's fine.
She's not sweating nearly as much as she might usually because she really toned it down for Kareku's sake, but just gonna freshen up real quick.
Yeah.
Great.
Karina needs to do the same, so she would do the same. She can't just prestidigitation like everybody else. Plus, she doesn't really like it. So,
Oh yeah, Fel remembers that she can do that. She was like, I've never done this workout this early, but oh yeah, I could just do that.
Poof. Ball gown.
With me as the GM, turning the whole party into gym bros would be intentional, but it totally wasn't.
All right, are
It's
we out?
wild that this happens. Yeah.
Like, why does this happen every time?
Someday
And
I'll
just-
play a wizard who doesn't care.
You just be that. You just be a wizard who takes the robe off and is just jacked, and it's like, now I'm out of spell slots. Unfortunate for you.
A wizard monk.
A wonk, if you will.
Be fun. Okay.
All right, so
Back up. Ready to
you
go.
guys all get all washed up and ready to
Let's go to your hometown.
Yeah.
go. Are you just going straight to your parents' house, or are you just going into town?
I mean, we had to pass through some town, so I mean,
True.
closer to the edge, I think, but not like still have to get into town. But yeah, as you guys are also going through like the Druid Grove, it's still up. I didn't dismiss it, but like the fog parts where we move through, and kind of almost some of the trees kind of move out of the way as I'm like following the path.
Yep.
But yeah, go into town first, kind of like make a loop, kind of survey everything that's going on, and then head to my parents. So a little bit of like a mosey detour rather than like fully moving in.
That's the random barn with 3 horses in it. That's the pointing out all of the.
There's Old McCreary's place. He's kind of creepy. Don't go near him.
There's the giant tavern. That's the only thing in the town, really. There's actually a new building, apparently, Nix, as you're walking. A very, very large cathedral.
Cool. 2.
Is bigger than the tower, and it's got some inscriptions to, like, it looks like it's to the Adonian Church, which is a little weird.
This is new. How new does it look?
They're still building it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
It's almost done being built, but
Well, if we need a distraction, I found it.
Can I, just because with it seeming so out of place, can Gray just detect good and evil just to see if there's any fishiness happening?
if there's any fiends, celestials, or undead.
Yeah,
I think.
Yes, you can.
I would do the do.
And you sense it?
Yeah.
There's not an active presence, but you sense like a lingering, like there was some kind of fiendish presence here recently.
Hmm.
And what was a little hint of undead?
Hmm.
Does she sense herself?
Having flashbacks to Curse of Strahd.
Kind of what I was hinting at, yeah. That she's gonna only sense undead when she does that.
Oh no!
But if it's, I think she'd
like your own
definitely
scent.
be able to tell the difference.
She's able to tell that it's her. I think that's just me.
There's the usual. There seems to be some fiendish influence here. So, this may be the infiltration. Does it count with Karen and?
I'm not count for tieflings because they are not fiends.
Okay.
It'd have to be like actual devils or demons for it to count.
Okay.
It's not that bad.
Okay.
Yet.
I wasn't sure because sometimes I think it's ruled as they are fiends, and in some cases they're not.
Tieflings
So-
aren't fiends, they're just their own race of people.
Okay.
Or even born from
Lord of the
egg.
Nine Hells doesn't sound like a terrible fate. It's fine.
Five hells. Five hells.
Five hells. Sorry.
Got to battle with either Hela or Jarko or Tyra. Just battle or one of them.
Battle with Hela. It's
So we've got a suspicious building to Adon with some fiend essence.
Not
thrown.
specifically to Adon. It is to the Adonian
Adon.
Pantheon, and you see more symbols of Godfrey and Venora than you do
Okay.
Adon, but a very suspicious amount of symbols of Godfrey
Interesting.
and Bahamut.
Like just symbols, or
Just like there's no statues or anything yet. The only statue inside is what looks like a completed statue of what at first glance actually you guys aren't in there, but like from the outside, those of you who are religiously inclined, give me religion checks. So that would be Rena, Fel, and
five.
Karen, and Nick, you can if you want.
Gosh, that's so terrible.
5.
15.
17.
Very low.
Gary, your
Nick
DC is a
thought
little
she had a
higher
goddess.
grade, but you both noticed that the Bahamut inscriptions look a little off.
Can I go get a look?
You can go closer and get a look if you would like.
Do
Yeah.
I see Bishop Arrakis around?
Give
I'll
me a
follow
perception
behind
What about you?
39 or Gray like a guard dog.
Yeah, and
check.
Fel's following, but she's curious about if she can read anything around.
Mhm. Do we know that she can read stuff? She's
We're about to find out.
She's
Like-
not.
she's not used the ability in front of anyone.
She has, but she doesn't have to announce it.
Right.
It's
Okay.
just her. She's
So
not.
for all we know, you just are a linguist.
Yeah. Well, I think she said in that group talk or whatever that she can read a lot, but I don't know if she
Okay.
specified where it came from, or,
Read.
Okay.
yeah,
fair
or
enough.
how far she can.
She
take
has
it.
eyes. She can read.
She can read.
Yeah.
Read.
So yeah, I want to get closer and especially bring Fel along to see if Gray can't figure it out, if maybe Felicity can.
So
And even well, everyone's names are really hard for me tonight. Karina, because of the runes and stuff.
So there doesn't appear, even though like there is, you guys have been walking on the channel, you've seen a lot of like symbols of the Aesir gods, but like nothing of the Adani Pantheon except for this church. And or
It's
cathedral.
currently
And-
being constructed.
Yeah, and you see on the little symbols of Bahamut, they're a little off. Instead of using like a traditional like lighter silver for the paint to make it look platinum, they're going with a darker silver to make it look almost like a blackish platinum.
Having the experience that I have, can I make a connection to anything?
History check for me, please.
Okay.
So the town was normally dedicated to the northern gods, correct?
Yeah. To the
But
Aesir.
now it seems
Where's
like
my
this is being
history?
overlaid over all of that.
Does it look like anything was knocked down to make this, or
No,
built.
it's actually in a spot of town that was actually it's in the place of one of the old shops, and that shop is no longer there.
what shop?
It's a herbalist shop.
Hmm.
Rude. It was a 14.
14. Something's off, and you can tell that there's something fishy with specifically all the Bahamut inscriptions, but you can't really tell what.
Okay, because there's an underlining sneaking suspicion that this has to do with the big guy.
Mm-hmm.
But Grace is struggling to like really pin down anything. Okay.
Does it seem like there's any kind of like arcane shimmer to any of this, or does it seem more like everything's pretty dang man-made?
Arcana check.
Can I assess?
Why do I keep making intelligence checks? I'm not good at these.
Can I assist or roll with them?
Sure, you can. You can give her help. Or
Right.
Okay. 15.
15. There is a slight little bit of conjuration magic at play here.
Can I dispel it?
Yeah, who would
Or attempt
like.
to, at least. I'd like to try to dispel whatever is happening here.
That's spell magic.
Yes, it's third level.
Or I'm sorry, illusion magic. I'm sorry, not conjuration. I was looking at the wrong.
That makes sense.
My notes. The symbols are the illusion goes away, and Bahamut turns into a red dragon. Godfrey turns into a man with a bear's head, and all the symbols of Adon turn into a man with red, a kind of look like a shadowy figure with red wings.
This has to go.
Nix's face darkens. Yes. It just depends on how.
He's already building himself a church. Presumptuous of him.
Immediately looking around to see if anybody has noticed this aside from them.
Not red wings. The shadowy figure has green wings.
That still apply.
Can you repeat? What all
that's
of them
that's
were?
a more direct distinction for gray. That symbol's supposed to be.
Can you repeat? So Bahamut.
Bahamut turned
Bahamut
into a red dragon. Symbols of Godfrey turned into symbols of Moraval, the bestial god, man with the bear's head. And then the symbols of Adon turned into symbols for Kilokzul.
That's like a personal jab.
What's it made out of? The church.
Stone.
And there's any specific writings around? Any messages now that it's been dispelled?
There's no writing on the outside, but that doesn't say anything for the inside of the church, of the cathedral. And you can see that there's the statue, now that you've dispelled the illusion. The statue inside the cathedral that was a statue of Adon is now a statue of the human form of Argos.
You mean Bahamut?
Oh yeah, Bahamut, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
My notes are confusing me. Keep seeing Adon in the notes and I'm like, wait, no, not right.
Maze. I think Kara was looking to see if anyone else was paying attention to this.
Yeah, I was checking the street real fast.
There's nobody really around this church. People seem to be avoiding it unless they're building it.
Cool. Did the builders notice?
They don't seem to. One guy kind of glances real quick and just keeps working.
So they probably don't even know what they're building. Or they don't think anyone is. Yeah. Is there... Go ahead.
Are there any symbols of the Asir gods? You said that there was stuff, but is there anything nearby this area? Nothing got destroyed, or is this
not too far away is a smaller, little temple-like area. It's not a temple, it's an outdoor area, and each one with wooden statues of the Aesir. This is a small town. There's statues of the Aesir. Every one of the Aesir, including those dead, there's a statue of.
Mm-hmm.
And that's maybe 50 feet away. Clearly intentional placement of this new cathedral.
So that the cathedral being closer, but not right on top of, but it's close by.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next will walk over to Kareku. How much of a distraction do you think you could make?
How much of the town do you want left standing?
Just enough
Do
people to be
they
looking away to me.
Ask for a distraction, not a destruction.
Yes.
Right.
People
Well,
not to be looking at me.
immediately right now, just improvising one. Depends on who you don't want looking at you. If it's the workers only,
That'd be ideal.
give me a moment. Care just runs off to the side real fast and ho there, you. Hello.
Oh yeah.
Right. Curious, your craftsmanship is very beautiful. Are you all from around here? I'm sorry, I'm just visiting town and I'm trying to write a book. And I'm trying to find artisans of small villages that do immaculate work. I'm actually collecting for, kings and nobles. I visit their towns often.
But we just do the stonework. They have that big statue. They brought that from somewhere else.
Right. I'm not talking about the statues. I'm talking about the stonework here. You see how seamless this line is here. I have an eye for artists. I believe you all are artists. Please come. Let me buy you a drink. Take a 15-minute break. Is your foreman around?
Just kind of looks around and he's like, well, I mean, we do. Boys, roll me a persuasion check first before they agree.
As he's doing this, I am slowly, casually walking to the opposite side of the building.
Not my best. 29.
Yeah, he's like, all right, boys, let's go talk to this purple fella. There's not many tieflings that live here except for, actually, there's not many at all. There's only 4 or 5 people working on this building right now, and they all just kind of walk over to you. And they're like, oh, well, yeah, so we've been working on this building for a few weeks, and they brought the other stuff, but we did the building. And hand the next real quick.
Is there anyone in the building currently now?
Give me a investigation or perception, your choice.
Perception. 12.
There doesn't seem to be anyone inside.
Okay. As he's doing this, as soon as he starts pulling people away a fair enough distance, and I don't see anyone in the building, Nyx is going to go around to the essentially flanking side from where Care is at and kneel down on the ground, place their palm on the ground, and I'm going to cast Transmute Rock. And I'm going to transform rock to mud. It's a 40-foot cube, and I'm going to put all of that cube underneath, turning the rock underneath the mud, or turning the rock underneath the building to mud. So it's like quicksand sinking it down into the ground itself.
Gonna double check to make sure there's no one inside.
Give me a perception check.
Gray will keep watch.
Don't make it super fast, so it'd be.
Yeah, it's only a 9. So.
You don't see anyone until
my,
a man.
My passive is 20.
Oh, your passive. Okay, you do see after you start doing it. You notice through one of the holes, a man run out of looks like a back office as he's like, what? As he feels it and he just runs out the front door. And he's like, oh, what?
It's almost like a quicksand sinkhole just opened up beneath him and is just sucking the entire building down.
Yeah, and he's just like, no, all that money we sunk into this building.
As soon as he comes out, Gray's gonna go over to him. Are you all right? Is something wrong?
They all commissioned this building, and one of the people in the council wanted this built, and
Someone in the
workers.
Gentlemen, it looks like your work is sinking.
And I don't need to be there while the whole thing is happening, so I've kind of pushed the magic into it, and I kind of just stand off, shake it off, and wander directly away.
As soon as he mentions the council member, can I pierce into his mind and try to pinpoint which one specifically the council person he is thinking of? The one who was putting up with this whole...
Jarl?
Yeah, and
So the Jarl and someone else.
Oh, I would bet Averd.
And he's like, and he's talking. You see the name Ukberth appear in his head,
Oh, that's even better.
and he's like, I didn't even want this time. And he kind of like, as it's sinking, he gets a quick glimpse of the symbols, and he's like, that's new.
What's new? What's wrong?
Nothing, madam. I appreciate your
Still in his head.
Yeah.
Oh no, you do it. He's like, nothing. Disembodied voice. In my head?
No. She's not speaking to him in his head.
Detect thoughts.
Or detect
Yeah.
thoughts. Oh, it's like he. The symbols look, and you see him like thinking those symbols were different yesterday.
So, ignorance. Okay. Well, you look like you have some things to figure out.
I must go talk to the and he's like, Foreman! And the one that was talking to Kareku just says, shh, here. Walks over, scratches the back of his head. Looks like you have some work to do, don't you? Roydon.
How precarious are one of the main walls at this point?
Depending on how tall it was, it might be underground.
The building was only like 30 feet tall, and it's steadily like almost under the ground at this point.
Perfect. Okay. Huh. Well, gentlemen, better luck next time, it would seem. And he closes his book with finality just to, push the pin in a little bit deeper.
It also lasts until dispelled.
Shame.
So it's just going to be a mud pit until I decide otherwise. It's not
Amazing.
concentration. It's a mud pit now.
And Kara, I'm going to guess you're going to try to listen into what the abbot is saying.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Your perception, even though I know you're probably going to pass.
Perception's not my best, but it's still 19.
You hear him kind of muttering to himself, like, come to this God's forsaken village to get the word of a dawn, and this happens.
Huh. Curious. So.
Ray's gonna kind of try to get the flock together.
I mean, Kara's right by the abbot and the workers at this point.
She's gonna kind of pull him aside and go, just
until next time, gentlemen.
Lord Averd, he's just like, sorry, this is not the abbot, this is Lord Averd. Sorry.
Sucker.
He's like, gods. I must speak with the abbess. She will know what to do before talking to the Jarl. And he starts walking away.
Everett, right?
Looks over. Who are you? Not from here? How can I help you?
No, I've just simply heard of you. Rather devout follower of Adon, no?
Yes, the Lord Adon and his children grant us everything we need upon this earth.
Very nice, very nice. Apologies about the temple, it seems. Condolences at the very least, if nothing else. Probably a rather expensive ordeal for you.
Yes. Indeed. You're going to be pissed because we spent so much money from his treasury here.
Yes, I'm sure. I'm also sure that Ukberth will be rather excited about this too.
Well, considering the money he wanted for raiding efforts went into this.
Certainly seems he has something over your head at this point.
Yes, and he kind of you see him glance over at the Aesir god statues. The Jarl is a devout follower of a dead god, it seems.
Well, dead gods are still above the ground, so...
Pardon me, what is your name, young man?
The name is Idan. Sorry, I know it sounds rather similar to your god. It's Idan. Sorry, emphasis on the I.
It's just
How do
like
you spell that?
IHDAWN.
Oh,
My parents were not very kind to me, I'll be honest with you. But I've made a name for myself nonetheless.
Your words, not what?
Well, my parents, I haven't seen them since I was about 12, so it's fine. Anyways, if you'll pardon me, my compatriots seem to be asking for me, so good day.
Right. Looks really confused for a second and then just turns around and starts walking away towards the longhouse. And yeah, so he's gone and that is completely under the ground now.
Nyx made quick work of that. We should gather the others and inform them of whom solicited this whole thing.
This is a very stifled smirk on their face.
Don't have to hide the smile.
You are in good company.
What you got from his head was he thought Uchtberth's going to be pissed. So you don't know why.
Or for
Karina
anyone else watching.
Karina would have wandered up probably before the temple sunk. The minute she saw it, she's wandered over to the statues of the Asir gods and was just looking there. So I don't think she heard any of this. She probably hasn't even seen the temple yet, but eventually will turn around and go, wasn't there a building there?
What did they
I
do?
haven't been here long, but I'm pretty sure
We've
there's
been
a very
here
large
for-
building.
5 minutes. Where is Felicity?
She's kind of often just kind of standing in the middle of the road, like looking at either side. Like there's some people in the alleyway, there's some people over there. There's this temple that completely went down. And she's just kind of like, this is fine.
Gray is going to notice that they're missing Felicity and Karina, and once she realizes where they are, she's going to first kind of sweep by Felicity and link arms with her, and then go towards Karina to link arms with her. But before leaving, did you want to look, Karina?
No, it's fine.
All right. We can revisit if you wish.
Sure. What
And she's gonna-
happened to... Yeah, that's about the time.
Don't
She's gonna
ask.
take him over. We should find a place to. I mean, I could speak to each of you individually in your minds, but that would grow tiresome, and I do believe that there are those who do not prefer that form of communication as I do. So, should we find a place to speak?
On that note,
Yeah.
you hear a woman's
The
voice.
bushes.
Nyx!
Never mind.
It's like when I hear my, like, TikTok name out in the wild, like,
Is there a middle
Who
name
knows
involved?
me?
Is there a
No,
middle
not
name
this time. I
involved?
don't
I've
know.
been doxxed. What's happening?
Turn around and you see a rather short human woman with like shoulder-length black hair, and you recognize Hjor's wife Luvina. She's like, Nyx!
Oh, hi. How are you?
Not great. Didn't know you were back. Didn't know you were back in town.
We just got here.
You tell your parents you're here yet?
We literally just walked into town. You're the first person to notice us.
He's like,
Tore down
"No."
a temple within 3 minutes.
He's like, I saw.
Speed run.
I saw what you did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Smart boy. He goes, but if you have a moment, I need a word.
I mean, good bushes. We were just about to head there.
Just need one moment with Nyx. Is all I need.
Can my friends come too, or is this
Sure.
private? Okay. If you guys are okay with it.
All right.
Sure.
rather not go to good bushes right now for reasons, but feel free afterwards.
All right. Then Nyx will start following.
Just kind of leads you off and leads you like around to where the Aesir idols are, and like kind of like in a back part of town. And she's like, "So I see you've noticed we had a rat infestation."
Mm-hmm. Help sort it out.
You didn't sort anything out there. Yet.
Remove the nest.
Shiora is trying to find who is behind all this. But his hands are tied. Legally speaking.
Why?
Because he's part of the council now, and he's the master of coin, and coin keeps disappearing. And, well, let's just say I don't trust any of the rats on the council, and I need someone to figure out what's going on with them.
Whom can we speak to if and when we find any information that is valuable to them?
Talk to me, and I can relay it to my husband, or you can find my husband and talk to him immediately. But that would involve going to the longhouse. I'll be waiting.
Oh, we might be overheard.
Well, not necessarily, depending on who is doing the communication.
That's true.
I'm sorry. Why are we?
Well, much has happened in the very few moments we have been here, and it was my desire that we discussed it all together.
Oh, pardon me, I'm just letting you know that someone on the council is behind this, and it's not my cure. Things have been going. Money's been disappearing. Merchants have been disappearing, and then their bodies show up in the gutter a few days later. Farmers being forced off their land.
Is there any rhyme or reason to who it's happening to?
And I can tell. But when I go digging into things, people know who I am.
And I don't want to be rude, but you're sure it's not Hjor? There's been a lot of, I think, manipulative magic going on as well.
I know Hjor, he wouldn't do this.
Insight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, come on, insight check.
Okay.
Does it AD?
Nope. No,
It is
I got
a
it.
26.
Hey,
That's much better than mine.
25 for me. Sorry, I
32.
don't know if my squeak
Dang.
came through.
She is trying to convince herself that she believes that it's true. You can tell. He's her husband of like 45 years.
Yeah.
He's like, you should probably tell your parents you're in town. It's great to see you. As she gives you like a little hug as she sees a couple of guards walk by. Great to see you, young man. And she just turns and walks away.
Should we? Well, like I said, a lot just happened that Karina and Felicity were there for, but not there for, and missed quite much information. Should we go somewhere private to discuss what just happened, so everyone is on the same page?
You can go to Good Bushes now. It's okay.
Taverns are a great place to chat.
Without being overheard?
It's
You make it
loud
loud
in
enough.
there. Yeah, it's generally loud in there.
All right.
Might have to wear the entertain Rusty for a bit, but
Kind of fitting that Being Grumps got quoted earlier. But what you'll see.
yeah,
So-
might have to entertain Rusty for a bit, but otherwise we should be left alone.
All right. Lead on.
Okay. I'll show them off.
So, you guys walk in. There's a huge tavern, and it's just got a smiling tiefling on the label. There's a straw hat, and it says "Good Bushes, Good Eats, and Good Drinks." And then there's a sign around the corner that says "Round back for Good Bushes, Good Times."
I
Round the
think she
back it
actually
is.
means good times.
I don't know if I want to go.
And you guys can hear it from outside. It is loud in this tavern.
Remember those innuendos we were talking about earlier?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I've not seen a lot of tieflings most of my time growing up, and in the last 3 years, I've seen more than I ever thought I would.
Are we rare?
Ish.
Scattered?
To the good times.
Nope, this is to the tavern.
Listen, I like tieflings. They're hot. Okay.
The breeze just blows back Fel and Kare's hair. Through the...
Cray's just thinking, y'all are traveling with an undead.
Yeah.
Zombie.
We got
Zombie,
Fae, we got
zombie.
undead, we got
That's what I'm
Nazis.
doing.
No one.
To be honest.
We got half god. It's fine.
We are detect good and
I
evil.
think a quarter, but there's actually 2 bloodlines, so I don't know. Does that make it half? I don't really know anymore.
Like 3/4.
5/8.
Do 2 quarters
Telenova.
make a half when it comes to bloodline?
I don't want to do
Yes.
math right now.
So as you guys walk in, the tavern is bustling, and on the stage there is a man wearing a blue jumpsuit with a big fluffy cloak. He's like, "Hello everyone, my name's Danaroth, and welcome to my show. Rogue Brian, take their money." And then he holds out a hat and is just walking around a rogue wearing a mask, just like glaring at people until they put money in the hat.
Is this someone that Karina would have seen at some point in a different tavern?
You
Out
guys
of
very
curiosity.
much know who Danaroth is. He's a very well-known bard who is a decent singer, but gets by on his charm.
So has he been in Karina's hometown and hit on her sister? That's the bigger question.
Yes. The answer
Got
to that
it.
question is
Great.
yes.
Got it.
Amazing.
Rogue Brian doesn't speak.
Okay.
But I was going to say that there is this
Karina just looks over at Care and is like giving an eye of, I hate this guy. It's all. It's like,
Kara just kind of gives the yeah.
hey, that is the one thing they have in common. They both went to some of the same taverns, so at least they both know. It's this guy.
Yeah, the good times just got
Oh yeah,
less good.
Kareku knows this guy very well, and he's like, "Oh no,
Chris.
yeah, gross."
How many ways can I break the bones in his body?
And Grace
Maybe
is
not.
thinking, I have an undead face. I am so safe.
You know, from Danaroth.
Does Care say the break the bones thing out loud or
No.
Oh, darn.
He's very much thinking that loudly right now. But
You
Retracting
can see it
that.
on his face.
It's like,
You
"Thank
see,
you all for your
you
time."
see the little crookedness to his nose?
Sorry.
There's a little ditty about it, it's called Party of Three. And then he starts singing a song with a lot of those innuendos in it. But
Grace just gonna start picking her way through to find a corner to hopefully avoid detection in.
Mm-hmm.
you guys find a little corner booth that has enough spots for each of you.
As they walk by the stage, Kare's just gonna, keeping his arms folded, just do the smallest somatic versions of it and whisper to himself, prestidigitation, and just the sharpest smell and flavor of pickle just immediately inside of the bard's nose and mouth.
He goes, "Hey, I don't mind pickles." Keep singing his song.
I could say things about that.
He's like, "You must try something else." So, the bartender comes up, and he is a half-elf man who Nix recognizes immediately as the proprietor of this place, and he's got a straw hat on. He's like, "Oh, well, hello there. My name's Barnabas Goodbush. It is, and welcome to my bar." "Oh, hello, Nix.
Hi.
How are you doing? These must be some of your pals."
Yeah, they are. How are you doing?
"Oh, I'm doing just right. I haven't any snaps to suspenders." And he's like, "Well, what can I get for you lot?"
Mead.
Mead, one for each of you?
Hmm.
No, I doubt you have, but
Probably not. I'm down for some mead. I would like to try the local brand.
It's the Good Bush special, cornered by my great-great-granddad, Rusty Goodbush.
Figuring there's more than one of them, so I was misnaming him and have met both of them. That's the problem.
But it's different characters.
Yeah, vastly different characters.
So, just for reference for lore, Kareku, you would have heard of the Goodbushes. They are basically, Rusty Goodbush is a tavern-owning Edith Bliss. He adopts a lot of random people and makes them Goodbushes, and then he just has them run his bars all over the world.
It's like the Hudsons or Holsons from Zelda.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
But not construction.
Reverse Blisses. Hillbilly Blisses.
Hill Blisses.
Good bush special, huh? All right. Well, I'll be curious about the local flavors, yeah.
Right then, we'll get it right out for you. Anything else for the rest of you?
I'll take
Water?
the meat as well.
Right, meat? Water, anything for you two ladies?
Water, yeah. Thank you.
The appetizer special.
Oh, the special, right then.
Just as a cursory thing, Kare's going to switch to Thieves' Cant and just kind of ask how the weather is to see if Barnabas catches on to anything.
Sorry, what was that? I lost your audio.
No, you're good. Kare will switch to like Thieves' Cant and just casually to Barnabas ask him how the weather is when it's just kind of code for do you speak Thieves' Cant?
He just turns and goes, weather's been quite foul lately in Thieves' Cant.
Lovely. All right, good to know. Kara will just sit back and just wait for a while. Wait for the mead to come around.
Start talking after meat and food have arrived.
Barnabas comes back after like 2 minutes and gives you all mead. And then he puts something on the table that just looks like there's one for each of you, a massive like grilled kebab with lots of different fruit, veggies, and meat on it.
They don't know what appetizer means here. It's just meal. It says appetizer. It means meal. First meal.
Food.
Yeah.
You know,
When your town is full of coleslaw, you know, you gotta make them big.
that's fair.
I would say
I assume there's some kind of platter to carry it or something.
Yeah,
So
he's got a big
Karina will pick that up and follow wherever we're going to a table.
Oh, we already at the
You already
table.
were at a table.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I thought we were at the bar and I
Yeah,
got
like
really
little
confused. Okay. Yeah.
Barnabas goes, well, if I can help you out with anything else, just let me know. And Nick, tell your dad I said hello.
Oh, well.
Good man. Really grumpy though. Just turns around and walks away.
That's what most people think. Yeah, so that's what I know a lot just kind of happened as soon as we got here. What questions did you guys have?
Well, I think we should bring up to speed Felicity and Karina on what just happened. Since we all kind of jumped on it.
Yeah, so that building, that church that was in there was new. Still building it, did not exist here. Gray and I looked at it, had what looked like Adanian Pantheon was actually a temple to the it considered like the monstrous deities. Did you have a specific title for
so
it?
the monsters deity, it was kind of a mix because there was they don't really have like a pantheon, but like Caius, Moravil, and Hemnir are considered like the dark deities, but also there was one to assemble to kill Uxul and a lot to Arcos.
Yeah. So I'll fill them in with that, and then and I didn't think it should be there anymore, so I made a sinkhole and sunk it under the ground.
And the man who came out, in his mind, he had the councilman, and she's going to tell them about the people that were mentioned in his mind, the councilman, which Kareku got confirmation on.
Yep.
Which was the Jarl and Ukbrith.
Yep, and then Hjor was mentioned because he's the master of coin, but
At some point, we need spellings of all these names because I'm like,
Right.
I don't even know.
I got you. I got a list.
Okay,
I
thank you.
sent them to Nix and Care.
Yeah. I pulled up rogues because it's easier to find.
So, this town was supposed to be getting a temple to Dawn, and it got a temple instead.
Well, what I'm interpreting is that the councilman used it as an excuse to have a church built here and disguised it with illusion magic, but it's always been the intention to have it be Arcos's, which makes sense because we have been informed that there has been infiltration from the cult here. So they're just digging their roots in early.
And they started it a couple weeks after we know the cult infiltrated it, or within the week.
So, are there Ember Keepers here?
Mm-hmm.
And they built it almost to near completion in hopes that if they succeed, it would be ready.
Well,
I don't know
can
exactly
assume.
why they're building it, but it's a good
it's
guess.
about power through worship, I guess. Followers.
Arcos is the type to enforce worship.
Must not have been very confident if he disguised it.
Or he
It's
was
hard.
simply waiting to reveal until he is revived or released.
If he thinks that's a guarantee, then I don't think he seems the type to be patient.
Hmm.
So
I don't think he
maybe
has a choice yet.
That's true. He is trapped for now.
So
It's in preparation.
who is the most likely to be on the council pushing this?
I mean,
like,
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say it sounds like the ones that Gray heard. I don't know if the Jarl is truly part of it, or if he's been kind of conned into it, but Luke Birth could
wonder.
definitely be infiltrated, mind controlled, part of the entire cult, actually actively in it. Who knows?
Well, I wonder if far as the head of the cult, if she pooled resources or used the family to get into. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if she thinks like a Bliss and she's one of the originals, and if she's backing or helping back things up, might be some connections to tap into there.
Makes sense.
So, are we going to just go talk to these people and see which one makes somebody feel the most uncomfortable? Or
Yeah.
You know, that's a
That
fair way
seems-
to approach it. I like
that
it.
seems to be
Kara's
how
like, yes.
much of what I don't know. Usually, Kara does the talking, and Nyx and Gray sort of stare at them intently, and the next thing I know, somebody's fighting somebody. So, am I wrong? Or
I've done-
sinking a building into the ground.
Not
That's a
entirely
little
wrong.
terrifying. We all accept that's a little terrifying that you can just do that, correct?
I
It
think
didn't
it's
need to be there
fascinating.
anymore.
I
You
thought
shouldn't
it
have
was
been there.
great.
It solves the problem rather quickly.
Right. I mean, it would kill me rather quickly, but that's not an unusual thing. So if we're
Either
measuring
way,
it based on,
as much
yeah,
as the building, it wouldn't sink you all the way down as fast.
that's fair.
So,
I'd find out how though. Yeah.
how are everyone else, if your town usually was worshippers of the Aesir gods, how are they handling the fact that even without putting in the whole bad god thing, not gods, but want to be gods, how are they handling that somebody was trying to put up another temple to a different god that they don't agree with?
I don't know. We need to talk to someone. I think we should go see my parents.
Hmm.
See what's going on. My dad knows a lot of people on the council, so they would know. And they live here, so they'd be more informed on what's going on.
Karina, during the eating of the food, she's been pulling off any of the fruits or veggies and setting them to the side, knowing that Fel doesn't eat meat, just in case Fel wants more as the fruits and veg. Dude,
That's
she's been
thoughtful.
concerned that Fel hasn't been eating, okay? It's freaking her out a little bit. I've made this very clear. So she's kind of just doing that. Like, she gets the nervousness of it at the time, but it's also just this subconscious, like, I know you don't eat the meat side, so here.
Food.
Except for the mushrooms. She's keeping the mushrooms because she likes mushrooms. So I don't know why. I just decided
That's
that.
okay.
Listen,
okay.
that's my own heart. Mushrooms are freaking amazing.
Oh, they're so good when they're roasted, right?
will wonder why this pile is being accumulated beside her and then catch on because she wasn't going to eat. And it was like, okay. And so she'll.
It's more just that subconscious like attitude of I know you don't like the other stuff, so here, have the stuff you do like, kind of thing.
she appreciates. She'll pick at it.
Yeah, but she's listening. It's just that's what she's doing.
I'm sorry, Nix. Did you say your father's on the council?
He has friends on the
Or
council.
knows? And no one knew that temple was what it was? You talked about illusory magic or something to the woman.
Yes, they were disguised.
We haven't really talked to anyone to know if people knew what it was or not.
That's our next step.
We kind of just got here and then ran off to the tavern, so we don't know what people thought about this.
I
He
mean,
gets to town, sees Temple of Bad God, goes, I don't like that.
to be fair, most travelers will head to a tavern when they first visit a town.
I'm just saying I don't have the answers to the questions at the moment.
No, it's
Go ahead.
it's fine. I was just, if mind magic and or disguising is involved, it just might be something to prepare for if everyone's been affected, or we don't know who's been affected.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure Kareku could find out rather quickly.
Yes, but it's not good to have it on only one person alone.
I mean, I have
True.
detect thoughts as well.
That's true.
That makes it better.
Is there different people that different ones of us should talk to? Would that help? After we talk to your parents, obviously.
You could always talk to the singer. Gives them a look.
It was the most pained
He
response.
is now singing a song called Unicorn Wizard.
This is just Scanlan.
So I'm not terribly sure if he remembers who I am. I am going to assume he possibly remembers who Kareku is. I don't know what your experience with him was, but mine was not pleasant.
He's a bit of a poser.
Isn't that perfect, though?
Do you like
Chance to
Felicity?
pose.
Or Gray? Or really anyone?
If it
That's
were up
attractive.
to me, I would scare him into giving me information. My ability to intimidate it far exceeds my persuasion. My charm leans not in the favorable way. Or at
Well, I
least
certainly
delicate.
wouldn't be opposed. I don't know if he'll actually have any information, but I would have fun doing it anyways.
I was just more saying if you want to know what might be being circulated around, bards tend to have big mouths. Even
I'm
bigger
actually-
egos.
I'm actually working on that already. And Kara has been actually writing this entire time, and it just looks like complete and utter nonsense if anybody glances over.
Can I read it?
I was gonna say, have we decided if Fel can read
I don't
Thieves'
know.
Cant with her
That's a
ability?
good question because it's not a
Because it's
normal language.
technically a
Not
code.
technically a normal language, so
It's a code.
I'm gonna say
But
no.
I have comprehend. Or
Yeah,
wait,
but it's
no.
a code. It's not
language, it's a
language.
code.
It doesn't
no.
decode it. No, dang it.
You can't.
So you might see words.
You can read it.
You see
Okay,
words,
wait, hold up.
You can
Hold up,
understand
though.
it.
Does
They
she?
look like pure gobbledygook.
Hold up, though. But
It
she's like,
looks like random sentences.
she looks at Kara. Back down the thing. What is that?
This?
Yes.
It's a note.
Yes, but it's not in a language.
It is.
It doesn't make sense.
It's a language of the underground.
Got it.
Gray's eyes just look so very intrigued.
Yeah, I'm backing off of that one.
I'm gonna leave this alone.
Yeah, she's like, I don't need to be in the middle of this.
Thieves can't all of the
Nice
language.
search
Teach
I would.
me.
She's curious, but she's not going to compete with that. Okay.
I mean, I'm happy to teach you all, but this was just a matter of getting a message somewhere quickly.
Oh, look at Karina. You don't want to go talk to him?
I'm more than happy to talk to him. Karina,
What
would
is
you like
the
to?
chances that Karina actually did punch him the last time they interacted if he was inappropriately hitting on her sister?
So because of what his charisma score is, we're going to say that he was flirting with Kendra and she was actually starting to look a little interested until Karina went, nope.
No.
Just
Let's do good help.
Not reads back then. Yeah. But again, same question. What is the chances that she actually did have to
she straight up punched him
physically?
square in the jaw.
Perfect. Awesome. Looks up and goes, well, the last time I interacted with him, I think I left him with a few loose teeth.
Perfect.
He was. There's a reason my mother always said not to date bards. So.
Sound advice.
I'd say present company, but no offense.
Oh no, I'm included. Yes.
That's fair. Maybe. I mean, rogues were also kind of in that, and you kind of got both going.
Oh, were
I'm
they,
both,
Karina? Oh, were they? Were rogues in there?
Just sipping.
Shut up, Cole.
Were rogues included in that don't date list?
There was a lot of do what I say, not what I do. Okay.
Noted. Writing that down.
Yeah. So unless, I mean, he might not remember me. It's been a while. So there's a
One way
chance
to find
he doesn't
out.
really.
You're a bit taller than you were before.
That's true.
very
Ooh.
Also, if he's the type of bard that I think he is, probably doesn't remember a lot of names.
So what exactly do you want me to do?
I don't know. I'll go up and support you with whatever it is. I would just like him gone.
I think you should get information, but also I don't want Kara doing it alone because he tends to get in trouble.
I think I could handle
I
this
could
one.
privately
opted to
get him
do-
out without anyone noticing
Okay,
very
the actual
quickly.
altercation was with
She looks at 39 like, you too.
So, Carrie, your only altercation with these two has been General thinks you're great because you charmed his pants off, but Rogue Brian caught you trying to steal from him and stabbed you in the foot.
I don't want to get rid of him. I just thought you'd get information because bards like to talk about themselves and things going around.
Okay, so you want him gone. You want information
We
from
can do
him.
both.
You can't
I'm
sink him like the
probably-
temple.
No, but I could definitely throw him
That's
out of the tavern.
Tempting,
Or
though.
challenge him to a Kareku, couldn't you challenge? Are there content?
I want to see this. I want to see.
Definitely down
a
to Georgia.
duel. I want to see a duel between the two bards.
pianos, dude. I want dueling pianos right now. Let's go.
Feeling violence.
Is he singing currently?
He just finished his song, Unicorn Wizard. He goes, thank you, I'm Generoth, and I'll be here for the next 3 weeks. They're paying me real good. And then he just kind of gets down.
You don't deserve the pay.
Looks into the hat that Rogue Brian and dumps like hundreds of gold coins into a pouch. Nice. Ties it to his belt.
Care using his theater voice to cover the entire crowd is, you don't deserve the pay. And is just like leaned back now, like leaning back on the chair with his feet up on the table and just relaxed as possible.
Kind of looks around, and then he's perception check with him. Oh, he looks around and he sees you, and he's like, "Buddy!" And he like walks over to y'all's table. Buddy, how you doing?
Karina's just glaring at him.
Kareku, how you been, buddy? It's been too long.
Oh, not long enough, dear.
You old so-and-so. Anyway, how are your
Mhm.
friends here? And he leans over and he looks at each of you, and I'm gonna... He stops at Karina and goes, please don't hit me. You hit really hard.
I do, and I hit harder now.
Listen, your sister's just really pretty. I'm sorry.
I'm
That's
aware.
not the way to get to know good graces, dear boy.
Listen. I'm sorry. I won't flirt with any of your friends. He stops off Felicity and he goes, I promise.
She's gonna send him a
Yes.
wink. She's gonna make it really hard.
It's like, I like you. Damn it. It's like, Kareku, what brings you out to this little tiny spick neck in the woods?
Oh, I heard there was a bard out here that was pretending he could actually sing.
Oh, is that how it is? Like how you pretend you can play the fiddle?
If you'd like, dear boy, we can give them a show for the ages, but let's make it interesting, shall we?
By all means.
First, why don't you have a seat? We'll get a drink. Wet the whistle a bit.
But Rogue Brian just appears behind him. He like out of nowhere, like he looks like he just kind of appeared, puts a chair down. Just glaring at Kareku, like very angrily. It's okay, Brian, it's okay. He learned his lesson, I think. Brian just holds up a knife, and then he puts it back down. Alright, go, do your rogue thing.
Kara's just going to like look so nonchalantly at Rogue Brian to the point where it's like, I don't even remember you.
As you're looking at Rogue Brian, he's just not there anymore. How does he do that?
Decent rogue. So,
anyway.
How long have you been in town?
2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks, you
Really
say?
scary lady hired me, but then she hasn't been in town, so.
Oh, do tell about this scary lady, won't you?
Really, really pretty tiefling, but also freaking scary. On fire.
Belle was like jumping around. She's like really excited. And as soon as he said that, she's. I'm like.
But then she like hired me, and then she left, and like, I'm kind of happy about it.
Did you notice which way she left?
No, I was too busy looking at my money.
Of course you were. How much did she pay you for this?
Not too much, Just hyping it up for the crowd.
Well, this conversation, once the comment of he didn't see because he was too busy counting his money or whatever, can Karina try and start clocking where that rogue went?
You can give me a perception check, yeah. And if your passive's better than your check, then you can use your passive.
Oh yeah, my passive's gonna be better. My passive's 21.
At first, you don't really see him much at all, and then you just notice that he is just like sitting in a back booth, like way in the corner, just surveying everything.
Okay. She's gonna start doing the thing where she uses a little bit of the mead to trace runes. But keeping an eye on where he is, because she has a thought, but she doesn't know how to do it. So there's a problem. So yeah, that's it for now.
Denroth said that not too much, Roll persuasion if you want to do it. Against his.
Not my best.
You're probably actually going to pass that.
23?
Oh, you just passed. He got a 22. He's 10,000 a week.
Curious. So you're good for a decent bet then?
Oh, yeah, why not?
Well.
Also, just reference, his hair is almost identical to Felicity's, just black and more curly, and a little bit more curly.
Don't do that to me.
Listen, he's based off of a real person who has hair just like Felicity.
That's fair. Can Fel quickly? Did she see the runes that Karina's?
You're sitting right next to her, so I would guess.
Yeah. So like, what's Karina writing? Like,
she's drawing a symbol that looks kind of like Laga's, which is like sight or second sight, and it's got a little bit of a flair to it of like an arrow pointing in the direction towards where the rogue is. And I'm trying to think what else would be involved in that. Yeah, it's kind of this idea of the rune looks like Felicity would notice sight, second, and like maybe voice. So this is hard.
she sees like can she follow enough to where like she sees the direction of like the rogue? Like we see the rogue again. If I follow,
the runes are tilted in the direction of where he is.
I just
It's kind of
the guy's wearing all black. The only things visible basically in that quarter are his eyes. But you can see his eyes.
We should go over to the table. Just saying, they're busy, distracted.
she's gonna just whisper really quietly. If one person doesn't know, the one who notices probably does.
Can we attempt it? One side on the other.
I'm gonna get some fresh air. There was statues I wanted to look at, and I don't want to look at your face anymore. And she just like full on like
That's
is
fair. Last time
very much.
when you punched it, it was kissing your sister. So I'm sorry.
And it's fresh air. Fresh air is amazing.
There's a moment of just utter tense feel like
Belle will be like,
Oh my
"Oh,
God,
Karina,
nothing."
you were so tense. We need to go."
You hear, by Vidalia, you got tall.
Belle will step on his foot on the way out.
Roll the hit.
yes.
Roll the hit. Oh no. That's a 3.
You miss and stomp on Kareku.
You know what? That feels good too.
Luckily, because of what we've already established for Care, doesn't react at all to it.
Sorry.
Gonna head over towards the road character.
Not to interrupt the whole scene
you
that's
guys
going, but
do
there's a
your-
switch
do
audio.
your-
Good.
Your weird
Divide and conquer.
bantering combos,
So
flirting. I don't know.
yes, all of the above were bards. That's how we do it. So speaking of old flames, how's Lydia?
Oh, Actually, before he does that, roll me intimidation with that.
That is a natural 20 for 35.
Also, can I just say, just for flavor, that when Fel stomped on his foot, she did cast guidance as an apology on his foot, because he had done so.
Because that was about to be a rollies, because that was also a natural 20 for the exact same score. But I'm looking at your character sheet here. Y'all's stats are almost identical.
I was gonna argue, does Kareku get advantage because Kirina was towering over him like 30 seconds.
He naturally has advantage, but I will take that as additional for sure.
Sure.
Yeah, just
It's also a nat
with
20, so you
guidance-
can't get
with guidance,
higher.
you're gonna beat him.
No, I know, but it didn't matter. When I heard the nat 20, I went, you got
So
this.
with guidance 37.
Yes, you beat him by one. He just, oh, you know better than me. Last time I saw her, you were, well, doing things that I can't say in pleasant company.
No, that's right. Oh, I forgot about it almost. She was so forgettable.
Gray's gonna jump in this guy's head. She is so curious. She's being nosy now.
He's thinking in images, and you see Kareku doing things.
Carrie just tilts her head like,
Kara just continues, well, she was so forgettable. I'm sorry. That's rough.
It's fine. Lady Gladefax wasn't. I see screen.
Lady Gladefax, eh? Felt she's been getting around quite a bit lately.
Oh, yeah, well, so do you, so I guess it fits. You two are made for each other.
Right, absolutely. So anyways, you were trying to sing earlier. My friends were curious as to what, bards can actually sound like. So, same wager as usual?
Flex it up a little bit.
Oh?
You lose, I get that fancy knife that's in your backpack.
Oh, dear boy, you've just revealed who you are, and I love it.
Oh, no, I can just have my ways.
Frey's still in
Insight.
his head trying.
No, he legit
want-
just thinks it's a fancy knife that he just saw with that Rogue Brian picked up on and told him
Okay.
about. And
Gray's gonna remain stoic at that. Then she's not
he
gonna.
does it. I see where y'all are going with that. Not turning a character inspired off Daddy Sex Bang into the antagonist. I'm not doing that.
We'll make him an antagonist.
He can be Kareku's antagonist.
Technically, he's already an antagonist. He's just not a villain. There is a difference.
True. I mean, we're not gonna. He's not a villain. He's just a bard. A very, very sleazy bard.
All right. Well, if that's the case, you want this knife. That's a curious choice of
It just seems like it'd be worth a lot to somebody.
You have no idea. I don't know. It'd sign your death warrant anyways, so. How many kingdoms are you wanted in again?
Less than you still.
Fair. Right, well, if it's the
Clearly
same
not
wager.
Arendelle.
No. If it's the same wager as usual, then proceed. Pick your weapon.
He pulls out a fiddle.
All
It will
right.
be a fiddling contest. I saw Storm get really excited when I mentioned fiddles earlier.
In retrospect, we should have brought one of the mind readers.
This would not be the second fiddle contest. This would be the second fiddle contest that I've had in a D&D game.
I have 2 nickels.
That's not a lot.
Which isn't a
lot. It
It's
happened
twice. Oh man, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, we love you.
I need to watch that cartoon again.
Oh,
been
it's so good.
long. So
I'm
good.
only on like round 6 through it. It's fine.
Oh my god.
It's fair. I've never finished it. I've just watched episodes randomly with my nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
It's my background noise. Anyway, so Kara will set the stage and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a treat for you today. My old friend here. Well, we've decided to have a bit of a competition, which means we're going to need your help. So, empty those purses, empty those pockets, empty those caps, because I know some of you will keep your money there, which is rather foolish, I must admit. That said, the more money given to either of us, the victor. What say you all?"
They all just go, yeah, and Barnabas is like taking money out of his straw hat and putting it in his. Was upset at that comment, and he's like,
Aww. Oh, buddy.
Oh, buddy, it's okay. You're gonna be my buddy here in a minute. Don't worry. Cool. Then Care will bow and let Crapface go first.
Real quick, Kara, give me a perception check.
Yes, sir.
I got passive 12.
Not my best. Passive is 21.
Don't really notice anything except the people like, yeah.
Okay. And
Do we notice anything as we're like surveying, or is this very specifically like from Care's angle?
Now we're going to pan over to, real quick before the contest starts, Felicity and Karina looking at Rogue Brian, who is, and I also mentioned his eyes are just wide at all times.
You're unmuted in Discord.
Me?
No, Dove.
How did that happen? That was weird. I was like, where's that coming from? And then I realized I was muted in Zoom. So I was like, I don't know what's going on. Before we head directly towards him, can we head to the bar first?
Sure.
Okay, gonna go to the bar and gonna try to play up the fact that she's angry and let Fel kind of basically drag her if Fel will kind of like pick up on the directions she's trying to go, but it's like, but you're taking me, but really she's going willingly. And once they get there, just order order 3 meads and and hand one to Fel, hand one to, and start to sip on one to herself, and then look over and like play act that she just saw him there and wants to grab that glass and say, just good cop, bad cop.
Yes. Which cop am I?
Which do you want? I'm really big and usually just scary. That's literally the only shtick I got going.
I'll be the morally gray cop. The in-between.
I'm just thinking of that scene from the other guys. I thought you said bad cop, bad cop.
Yeah, I mean, I can try, but usually everybody just immediately gets...
Okay, your story. You just had a breakup. I'm consoling you. This is rough.
Or I really hate his boss and just want to know where their boss went.
True. Yes. Let's go that route. She's you could tell there's an idea in the back of her head that keeps spinning, but then she keeps saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. So she's just
we just needed to know which direction she went, and there's a good chance that the one who's watching everything probably caught on to that.
Okay. Right.
Right?
Right. He probably knows where Farah is.
Good. Then you
That's
did the
goal.
talking. And she shoves Fel in front of her, sticks the other glass in her hand and shoves her in front of her and just kind of stands cross-armed behind her.
Everyone shoved in front of Rogue, and he's just leans in and looks at you even more.
Karina's just like this.
Like
Like
she's
she's
3 kobolds in a trench coat. I swear
Right?
to God.
Fel, he's looking at Fel, like he's leaning forward and
He's leaning forward and then just looks up and down and then just leans back.
so she as soon as he does that, she alters her eyes to look like Farah's with thaumaturgy and glares back at him.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Bad cup, bad cup.
17.
He just leans back.
I didn't see you there. My bad. Looks like Karina.
Karina takes out 20 gold and sets it on the table underneath her palm, letting him hear the clang. We just want to know which way she went, the one who had those kind of eyes.
Roll persuasion or, well, for now, persuasion, because that wasn't a... Unless you want to try something a little more first.
Oh, she's leaning over and definitely muscles are flexed. It's a combo of persuasion, but also, please don't make me do something that's going to make you hurt. Like,
And-
I really don't want to.
Fel's gonna touch the flexed muscles and cast guidance, but in a very you're screwed now, buddy.
Roll intimidation.
Can I use my strength modifier?
Also, Fel's also gonna lean in and be like, you really want to listen to her. As a persuasion, not intimidation. Can she persuasively?
Hit him from
Is it-
every angle.
An intimidation with charisma, or is it intimidation with strength?
Only
Oh,
14.
it's strength.
Roll to
All
seduce.
right.
Roll to intimidate. Roll to persuade.
I'm gonna use luck
That
on
is
it.
garbage. Holy cow! I cannot
I'm
roll for
using.
crap.
Nope.
What'd you get for persuasion, Phil?
I got a 14.
He just pulls his mask down and opens his mouth and reveals he has no tongue, pulls his mask back up over his nose.
I rolled a. Did I have guidance? What's guidance?
I
Is
did
that
give you
D4?
guidance, yeah.
Is that
D4.
D4?
D4.
The only people who can't read minds over to the guy who
Right.
can't speak out loud.
Right? I'm not saying this was a good plan, okay?
It wasn't, but you
It
know what?
was a
This is what's
plan.
fun. It was a plan.
The wrong people are dealing with the wrong parts of the duo. But then we get a photo contest out of it.
But I get to use my strength, so actually that's not as bad as I thought it was. Okay.
Write down that I
22.
luck. Hold up.
I rolled a 4.
Oh, he looks up, pulls out a piece of paper, and just writes, I don't know.
Yeah,
On a piece of paper.
yeah, it was worth a try. Karina just takes two of the gold and flicks them towards him and palms the rest of it. Maybe we should have let somebody else do this.
Belle's like studying him, like she's literally just like staring at him. Did she take your tongue? Interesting. And she'll commit his image to mind for later. And go with Kirina.
Karina's gonna sit and take one of the glasses of mead and set it in front of him. For having to work with him. Points over at the bard.
Writes on a paper, he's not so bad.
Guessing you don't have a sister. And links arms with Fel and we'll walk back towards the bar. I don't think, unless Fel really wants to go back to the table, I don't know if we're going back. I don't know. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
So, yeah, no, Fel's just gonna start taking first she'll lean over and be like, it was good we tried that, as unprepared as we were. We need to get better at trying.
He wasn't lying?
There's so many things we don't have answers to, but I want to get better at just going for it.
The thing was very much going for it. I didn't realize I was being the good.
We'll have to work on that. That's my bad. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm very out of place. But we're trying.
So am I, to be honest. So
exactly. If they can't, I don't know. We'll see where this gentleman stands, the one that they're having the competition with. And if all else fails, I can play a mute. So, we'll see.
why? What?
Plan C, not even Plan C. There's multiple letters before that plan. But I've been committing a lot of different faces to memory, and having this little boon is quite useful. I almost turned into Farah, to be honest.
That would have been something.
It would have been bad. It would have been bad at this place, but that's not to say that it won't happen later. If she has any hold, if she's got different presences here, it might be useful to see who squeaks without even having to say anything.
Are you willing to go that far to... She doesn't seem like she's very well liked. Beautiful,
No.
but scary generally isn't a good thing.
I don't have anything to lose. So why not?
Shadowheart disapproves of that statement.
I would say if it's not something that you're feeling comfortable doing, that's something to lose.
At this point, I just interrogated a poor man with no tongue, with a thing of beer, some gold, and absolutely no plan.
I'm pretty
I
sure he's
think-
picked the pocket of about half of the people here.
That's
You
true.
know how this kind of thing
Hey
goes.
guys, both
so-
make perception checks.
Oh no.
You've been playing too much Baldur's Gate.
Oh, that's good, buddy.
21.
That's a 25.
He
Oh, I have advantage.
He stole about 5 gold from both of you.
That's fair. I was going to pay him more.
It's me.
For
So buy me
context, we
dinner
were literally
first.
just playing that part last night, and
Right.
just got
Yeah.
pickpocketed of a lot of stuff.
Right.
Buy me dinner first.
Yeah. I
Oh my
Make my point.
plagiarism.
I'm
yeah.
assuming at this point that's when the fiddles are coming out or
Uh-huh,
whatever.
yeah.
Yep. And now, Fel, you notice that Kareku and Danaroth have both got fiddles out.
Ah, lovely. Dinner and a show, I guess.
All right, Kare.
He opened the floor for.
Right. Well, I guess I'll be the first draw. And he's gonna roll performance. Ooh, that's...
I'm gonna actually use Cosmic Omen on him, so he has to roll a d6 and subtract that from whatever he rolls.
that's the number 2. All right.
Nyx is being chaotic today.
I like Nyx today.
That
Just
29
next.
That 29 is
I
down
like
to a
everybody
23
today.
That 29 is down to a 23 because he rolled a 6 on the d6.
Nice. He's actually a performance bard. Care is not.
Yes. That's the one
that-
where your deception is what his performance is.
So I'm assuming he goes for somewhat of a lively tune.
Mm-hmm.
And is this like since we're making this up on the spot, couple of rounds of this?
Yep. Usually 3 to 5 rounds, depending on how everything's going. If they check the coins after round 3, and if it's even, they keep going.
Cool. So essentially, Care is going to not do a lively piece right away. And is he singing with his fiddle, or is he just playing the fiddle?
He's just doing the fiddle.
Okay, cool. There's a piece that Care played the same night that he happened to steal Lydia from said bard, and he begins to play that slow, melancholy piece that is reminiscent of lonely evenings.
I don't know why, but the Reigns of Castamere just popped from Hey, roll me that performance.
It's so not great. It is 17 is all.
Okay, so because his was not much better than yours because of Nyx's help,
Mhm.
the coins, he's winning a little bit right now. And he just goes,
Mhm.
not bad, my friend, but let's try something a little bit more fun. And he plays an even more livelier tune in that. Ooh, that's not as good. Does he still
I'm
have
gonna also do another. I have 6 of these. I'm gonna do another one.
Yeah.
another 6? So that 24 is down to an 18.
And Fel, just for the fun of it, is casting thaumaturgy as like another sound over his playing. So that just sounds bad.
It's like slightly out of tune notes here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kareku, your turn.
Okay.
Before Care goes, I'm gonna actually come up and kind of just like slap him on the shoulder. Be like, you got it this time. I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability on his charisma, so he gets advantage.
I like that. We're also going to pour a little something into this as well. Okay.
He stretches you. Oh yeah, he noticed that.
Well, Care is also going to add to the
You
pot.
didn't even let me roll stealth.
Well, you can if you want.
It's probably not gonna be good unless I net 20 it.
You got this. I believe in you.
It's a straight roll. 5.
Ah, nice.
Definitely
Yeah.
noticed.
That tracks, honestly.
Well, so Care's also going to, just as he's starting to play, he's going to use prestidigitation and have as he plays, it actually plays chords with him, so he can do a much more complicated piece.
Band of Demons joining.
Yeah. Let's see, that's much better. And then that is a 20. I can math 25. There we go.
Okay, so you do win that round. So it's now more of an even pot.
Okay.
The final one, he casts a mirror image on himself to make it look like a more lively and just continues to play. Also,
Can I do something?
Sure.
Right when he casts mirror image, the empty mug that Karina is holding, she's gonna throw it right at him to try and nail him right in the side of the jaw where she punched him way back when. Just for being a smart aleck. Like she's stilling and she's just glaring. Yeah.
You hit it, and then he just, let's change up the tune. And he plays the song he played the night that he kissed Kendra.
Wait, I want a concentration check, sir. Isn't mirror image concentration?
It is not, unfortunately.
Oh, I thought it was. Okay.
But
You
if
get
you-
rid of one
if
of the
you-
mirror images,
Yeah.
but
You can get rid of one of his boyos.
so he has
That's
3
good.
now instead of 4.
Okay.
Roll for his. Ooh, okay.
Cosmic-O-Man. I still
Good.
Still, I don't know that. I gotta do it before the roll, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay. So that 30 is down to 25.
Okay.
I think you still technically have enhanceability.
Yeah, it
Yes.
lasts a little while, as I recall.
It's an hour.
Okay.
It would have been better if I did it
Wild,
before you
can
even
I
got up there,
go
but I didn't get a chance.
here? Otherfall, we're looking at stuff here. Hold on. Oh, and the roll's already been done. Okay, so we won't do that. We will change my glamored leather to a concert performance garb of like the most regal. Actually, it's going to match exactly the former king's royal bard garb, so that it would be familiar to even those who have not recently visited been visited by the royalty or kingdoms. And on top of that, we're going to play a little bit of
When Grace sees that, her
Underhanded.
hands just tighten in her lap.
Settling words. Inventory. What do I have here? I want spells. We're gonna do. Oh, how stupid do I want to be? Kara's pretty underhanded. Okay. I'm going to need a saving throw from some random person in the front row.
That's a 2.
Cool. They are currently charmed by me. And Kara would have picked the most boisterously loud cheerer, the one that seems to be having the most effect on the audience's mood. And charmed him so that they were close. And we will hopefully do something. Oh, heart of the cards. Nat 20.
Okay.
That is a 27 in that case.
Barely beat him. And then the coins come flowing out after that one. And Barnabas walks out to count. And you see him, and I'm going to see if Danroth doesn't know this. He's too busy thinking he won. Barnabas, out of his sleeve, slides a couple more coins into Kareku's hat. And he goes,
This is why we talk to rogues.
130 gold for Kareku. 128 for Danroth. Well then. Suppose I gotta bow to the better fiddler.
Well, maybe not the better fiddler, I will admit, but I got lucky this time.
Oh, you're too kind. Well, and he pulls out a pouch with a lot of gold in it. Tosses a pouch with 7,000 gold to Kareku.
I have missed doing business with you on a regular basis, dear friend.
Well, now we're even. 3-3.
Right. By the way, and he's gonna use this is going to include what is the words that are used for this? It is unsettling words as he whispers this to him, giving him like the showy big hug. Like, talk about the dagger again, and I will rip your tongue out like I did your servant. And he walks away.
Hoping he'd put the pieces together that for me.
Oh, that's another natural 20 if you wanted an intimidation check.
Yeah, that, and he just... Very well. Must be a special ring then. And then he just walks away.
Good choice.
Come, Brian! To our room! And he like flays his cloak flamboyantly. Brian just gets up and glares at Kareku and just keeps walking.
Well, that was fun. Just sitting back at the table. Thanks for your help, everybody. I'm not that good of a fiddler.
Well then, that makes me feel less bad about what I did. And she's going to take the knife out from her quiver and slide it into Kareku's lap. I'm sorry, but I just couldn't take the chance.
Understandable. I wouldn't have let him have it anyways.
I believe you, but I didn't want to put you in that position.
Fair enough. I noticed you two were trying to talk to the rogue?
Are they at the table or are they still at the bar?
They're still at the bar.
Oh, never mind. My apologies. I misunderstood that. Gift of gab, huh? In real life.
Yeah, I think it's just Nixon Gray there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I need to go talk to Barnabas for a moment.
Okay.
Mostly to give him a note. Do you want anything from the bar since I'm heading that direction?
No.
Okay, yeah. Thanks.
All right. Carol, saunter his way over. Nice shot, Kirina.
Yeah, it didn't do anything.
It was still fun for me, if nothing else.
Should have seen his jaw. Yeah, don't think he could speak for a few days last time.
What I would have given to see that again. Well, for the first time, I guess, in this point. Again, for you to do it, let's put it that way. Thank you for your help either way to both of you. I don't know for sure who all helped, but I could tell something was going on. That said,
well?
Yes?
You did well.
Oh, thank you. Fiddle is certainly not my strong suit, but we got lucky and had some help this time. Barnabas.
Oh yeah, what we're gonna do for you, Kareku?
Just a bottle of that. Actually, you know what? I just came into a large sum of money. Rounds for everyone. Announcing to everybody.
Val's keeping her eye on Care and what he might do.
And he subtly is going to put down, I would bet 20 gold covers the bar, 20, 30 gold.
Yeah.
He'll throw 30 gold at him just to, because he likes Barnabas. No offense on the money in the hat. That was mostly to rile up the crowd. And in the coins, he has a small note folded up.
Barnabas is gonna take the coin pouch and just Oh, to no offense, sir. It was just a little bit of a joke for the crowd as well.
Lovely. Another drink for you, ladies, or anything to drink for you?
Sure.
All right. Well, it's on the house at this point.
I'm fine.
I guess another mead.
Barnabas pours another mead for Rita and looks. You don't want any water, love.
Sure, no, water's fine.
Pours you a little glass of water and hands it to you.
Thank you.
You seem distracted, Felicity.
Hmm?
Kara's just leaning forward on the bar, just kind of nursing his drink at this point. You seem a bit distracted today.
Is this the awkward posing on the bar where Karina's in between the two of them and just kind of feels like it's gonna go like this?
Potentially, yeah.
Two people are trying to talk over you, and it's like,
Yeah, it's just like.
Kara's not looking at Felicity, but
well, it's when Storm sits between me and Tarvel. So
I'll just. She'll kind of get she'll leave the water. She's not gonna drink too much. But we'll kind of go up to the side of Care so to not make Karina feel awkward.
It's okay. She's gonna feel awkward no matter what. We're good.
You seem like you've done something.
to which moment today are you referring?
Oh no, there's something weird about you. You've been acting different.
Call it a bit of excitement to finally be in my my realm of comfort, where I'm good. We've been a little playing a little above my head for a while, and I've been trying to match up, but it's nice to play the little leagues, so to speak.
Well, don't concern yourself too much with me. Last time I noticed your attitude like this, you were in a bar covered in blood. So whatever you're doing, just, yeah. And she'll just keep going. She's like, I don't know what to say to you, so I'm just gonna take my water and go back towards the table where Gray and Nyx are.
Does Karina try to follow?
Oh, she's just sitting there really awkward. I'm just sitting on the bar with her. Me, just like, she's just straight up one of these.
Barnabas is also just like,
What's that? Nope.
Kara's gonna look at Barnabas, like just kind of like can we have a minute?
oh, with me or with the incredibly tall, pretty lady?
With the pretty lady.
Right, you got a lot of those around you. Anyway, and he's gonna snap his suspenders and walk off.
Grant kind of like looks weird at the pretty lady comment from either of them, but then
I also want to point out Barnabas is 5'4". He's a very tiny
wee
guy.
lad.
He's a,
It's like a giant
he's not like a
lady.
halfling or a dwarf. He's just a very small half elf.
Some of us are short, okay?
I'm right there with you.
Real life Storm will remember this. Listen,
This is
the amount
actions
of
with all the
comments I got on the Your Friend
consequences.
Steve video about how small you were walking between me and Tarful. Anywho.
Noticing the look, Kara will be like, well, you are a very beautiful woman.
Thank you. But that's not exactly what those people would agree to.
Screw most people.
Yeah, that seems to be your motif.
That has two meanings, but yes. At least the former life of mine. Haven't had much of a chance to do that sort of a life. Don't know if I really want to return to it that much.
I could ask for clarification, but I don't think I actually want it, so
That's
no
fair.
offense, but yeah. So what's in the note?
I'm just asking him for information on where money's been moving in the village and where money's been coming in and going out. Essentially asking him all of the bars get a lot of talk coming through them, and liquor loosens lips, and so a good tavern owner knows how to listen, and usually keeps to themselves, but is willing to chat if needed. So
Why didn't you just tell the group that when they asked?
nobody really asked what was in the note or what it was for, really.
They asked what you were writing, Kareku. That's probably what they meant.
Fair.
Then when Kareku Barnabas walks by and you feel him slip a note into your pocket and then just walk away.
Well, if it turned up anything, yeah, you just got my answer, so...
Well, Val and I tried to talk to the rogue, and he turned out to not really...
Have a tongue?
Well, that part I sort of think I knew. He still was able to write things, but he didn't know where she went. So we're still in the same place.
Well, and Carol will open the note and see. Let's see what we have here.
All it says is, money is moving discreetly. Find the needle. Go to the markets. Claim you have silver to spend.
And Carol will use thaumaturgy real quick to just light it on fire and just close it really fast so it doesn't get too bright. Well, we have at least a lead to start something. But we should go tell the group at the very least. I am trying to be more transparent. If you have to bear with me. Old habits are hard to break. I'm used to being very secretive. Are you doing okay?
I'm fine.
The bottom of the lake would say otherwise.
One worry at a time. And that one's not yours.
Well, as a friend, I would like to ignore that, but
I promise you it is likely nothing that will ever matter. You're on out. Just old sadness.
I'm at least familiar with that.
At least isn't likely to come back and stab us during a gala or something, so...
That's fair. That's usually in my past, so... Yeah. Just... If not me, Felicity, Gray, Nyx, they're all good listeners. I'm a good listener, but not always in the best way, so...
Well, you quite literally just burned a note in your pocket, so maybe we should go see if it means anything to anyone else.
Right. Well.
Thanks for the meet, though.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. I love mine and his bets.
And with that, that's where we're going to end tonight's session of Chronicles of Ravira. We'll start up with the party discussing next moves next session. So hopefully you guys tune in for that one. We'd love to see you here. So we'll see you guys next time down at Lakeside.